craziest shows ever, and I'm not just saying that this time, like every other fucking time.
Yeah.
We just had the body cam footage of Nick Fuentes, the full police body cam drop.
After the video,
ladies and
after
gentlemen,
our promotion video.
We got him. It's official. Nicholas J. Fuentes has declared he is not white.
And he's Mexican.
He is in fact Mexican. He has declared that he is Mexican and therefore not be a white supremacist. He has also declared that he is in fear every day
of
being raped. He's the raped now. He's living in fear of being raped and tortured and murdered. Suddenly, rape, killing, and dying isn't so funny anymore. When it was Morgan Ariel's daughter that the Groypers said they were going to rape an 8-year-old, that was super funny, right?
What?
That's what he said. Oh, it's really funny, guys. Then, when he starts getting threats of being raped, he's a scared little bitch cowering before a fucking grandma. Has to use mace to defend himself from fucking grandma. And he's begging the police to protect him 24 hours a day. Saying the police need to station a squad car out of his house because he's too poor to afford security. Wait a minute, bro.
Brokey alert. I thought you were a millionaire.
I heard he was a millionaire so many times, like so successful and rich, but yet can't afford security. I heard he was a cult leader, a political leader. He said on his show last night, he's the leader of the dissident right. But yet there's not one single solitary Groyper who will defend him, who will volunteer their time to be security for the great leader, who are actually willing to lay down their lives for the cat boy leader of the white race.
No.
The little Mexican cat boy leader has no cat boys to come to his defense. He's living in a waking hell. Apparently, according to him, he's calling the police every day for fear of his life. And so, like, with how paranoid he is, and I reached out to Jaden. It's like last minute. This shit literally just dropped a half hour ago.
Yep.
I reached out to him to come on. I don't know if he's going to be able to come on tonight or not. Mm. The reason I reached out to him, he actually lived in this house. He lived with Fuentes in this house. And he's always said Fuentes is really, really paranoid. Like unreasonably paranoid. And that was when nothing was even fucking happening. He was always worried he was going to get killed or people were going to fuck him up. So I honestly, now that people are showing up, you can only imagine the paranoid, delusional fucking spiral he's in.
He looks unhinged.
Like, well, he does. Like, he looks like he's talking about how he was awake for days. Like he hadn't slept in days because he's so scared and so fucking nervous about all these people. And it's like, pal, you chose to be the dissident leader of the white race. You chose to go out and say that black people are subhuman. They shouldn't live amongst us. You chose to come out and say that women should be slaves, women should be raped, women shouldn't have rights. You that's what he chose to come out and say. And so when you say that shit, you better get fucking prepared. It's, I don't endorse people coming to his house. I think it's kind of up.
But if we said that, we get it. We would be like, oh shit.
If any fucking person was saying this shit and positioning themselves in this way, where he's saying he's the uncrowned king of America, he's taking over, he's going to take away women's rights, he's going to put Jewish people in camps, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, people are going to fucking come to your house. And you have to be prepared. You have to have a security detail. If you're the cult leader, if you're the political mastermind, you need to have 12 guys on the property armed at all times to handle people like this. You shouldn't be living in Chicago, you stupid. But what's sad about it all, You have this guy who's this political leader, this badass man that's going to overthrow the government and take on the feds. But the moment he's asked to go from online to real life, suddenly you see what a joke this fucking is.
Whoa.
You see this young guy cowering from fucking granny, cowering from every person that comes to his fucking door because he's a terminally online, scared little fucking bitch. And I'm not going to say right now, oh, I'd handle it so much better, this, that, or the other.
I would aim,
but buddy, you fucking chose this. And you're a fool. You're a fool. Because your ass can't cash the check that your mouth has been writing. You've said you're the leader of the dissident right. You've said that you're the leader of the white race. You've said that you're taking over. And you can't live up to it. You are a scared little fucking bitch, and you're just not prepared for the heat score that you fucking brought down upon yourself.
He's shaking.
He's fucking shook. He's fucking shook. Guy's getting maxed out by every single fucking person that comes to his house. So he's scared shitless, and he doesn't fucking try and max out any of the fucking young guys that come to his house because he knows, pepper spray or no, he's gonna get maxed the out by any man that actually comes to his door that weighs more than 130 fucking pounds. This guy is a little skeletal, frail bitch boy who could never fucking handle himself in any sort of a confrontation. So he tries to make an example out of some old fucking Jewish grandma. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is the reality. He wants to scare everybody and intimidate people by beating up on a fucking old gran. How about all the other motherfuckers that came to your door doing galaxy gas and smoking bongs and your not a fucking hand was raised to any of those men.
He said 30
but when it
people.
comes to elderly fucking women, suddenly he gets all fucking tough. When you look at him on this tape, he is a scared, shaken, broken fucking man who's trying to project whatever sort of delusional control over the situation that he can. He tries to tell the police how it's gonna fucking be. Buddy, get a fucking grip. Then he tries to say he's not gonna talk to the police, but ends up talking to them fucking anyway and giving away details of what's been going on and shit like this. At the end of the day, the guy's mouth writes checks, his ass just cannot cash. Cult leader, my ass. Where are the followers to fight and die for you? You talk about rape, kill, die, but there's not one single fucking soul that's willing to come to your fucking house to your defense. Supposedly, Jake Shields, badass mixed martial art, where's he to be found? Where's fucking any of these guys? The Groiper security team. Give me a fucking break, buddy. It's all just a big, sad fucking joke. And it's all coming down in flames. These guys talk a big fucking game online. Rape this, kill this, enslave this. I'm taking over. But the moment they face any sort of fucking confrontation in real life, it's always bitch made, tuck the fucking tail, run away, cry. Why won't the police help me? You every night on your show talk about how the police are the enemy of the people. You talk about how they're agents of the Jews. So in your own worldview, you know right well you're not going to get any fucking help from the police. You live in Chicago. There are real crimes going on all the fucking time. People are getting shot. People are getting fucking robbed. It's absolute fucking chaos. And you live in this impoverished Hispanic fucking neighborhood, and you wonder why the police don't have a whole squadron of cars to protect your house 24/7? You chose this. You chose this path. Buy the ticket. You take the fucking ride. And you're not prepared to take the ride. You're a scared little boy. That's
wow. What a rant. Very
true. That's just the way I see it.
You were saying, he had what? He said to the police, 30 people were at his house the previous evening, he says, to the cops.
Yeah.
Doesn't it open the door, film them, battle them, anything. The one lowly Jewish woman. Jewish?
Yeah.
walks to his door.
Well, and now I find it interesting, though, because I will argue some in Nick's defense. I think the people who came to his door are totally fucked. I think they're fucked in the head.
Yeah, of course
they are. I don't think they
should
go to Nick's door. And at a certain point, the law of around and find out does kick in.
Exactly.
But it cuts both ways. If you're doing the shit that Fuentes is doing, you're fucking around and you're finding out. Listen, when Nick Fuentes says that needs to dox Jaden, that he's going to ruin Jaden McNeil's life, that Jaden will never get a job outside of McDonald's, it's very hard for me to have sympathy for you when you get doxed and you get fucked with and people show up at your house. Because you've basically ordered the same to happen to Jaden and to happen to anybody that's left your fucking cult-like movement, bro. So it's hard for anybody to have sympathy when you've used doxing as a weapon and intimidation and threats of rape and threats of violence and all this shit. Yes, you've done this for years. You use reporting. You report people all the time to have their videos taken down. Well, you talk about your free speech warrior status and this and that. So it's very, very hard for me to get sympathetic to your plight. I'm going to in a certain way anyway, but when you fuck around at the level he fucks around at, and he talks about life ruination tactics, how he's taking over, how he's going to punish his enemies, and all of this delusional shit that comes from his mouth, you can't be surprised when the same shit happens to you.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening to him. You know, and if this was happening to some leftist, he would cheer it on. He wouldn't defend the leftist.
Buddy, even conservatives who he didn't like, right?
If this happened to Charlie Kirk, he would not be defending Charlie Kirk.
Exactly.
When it happened, I'm pretty sure when it happened to Tucker Carlson, he celebrated. When they came to Tucker Carlson's house, walked around with him. I might be wrong about that because he may not have hated Tucker at that time. But I assure you, if it happened to Tucker Carlson today, Nick would laugh his fucking ass off at it. So I'm not going to play these games where Nick is this sweet little angel that was merely expressing his political opinions online, and then people broke down his fucking house. Like, no. People came to your fucking door to give you a piece of their fucking mind. Should they have done it? No. But you should never have opened your fucking door in the first place. The moment you open that door and assault somebody who hasn't assaulted you, you open the door for the state to fuck you in the ass.
To get hard.
And they are going to fuck him in the ass. They're going to fuck him in the ass tomorrow in court, and he made a very foolish fucking decision. Maybe he'll get away with it, but he's probably going to have to plead guilty and do some community service.
Wow.
Or pay a fine. Or what? Like, he's not going to get away scot-clean from this fucking situation. He made a very bad choice. A very bad choice, and it's all on video. So,
but this Nick Fuentes thing just came to our plate, but we have a lot of Nick Fuentes besides that.
There's a lot of stuff that's been going on with Fuentes, man. He had a fucking whole holiday meltdown last night about how everything's failing and falling apart. The merch orders can't be fulfilled. The whole year was a failure. He admits Groyper War II was a failure. He admits the campaign to pressure Trump was a failure. He admits AFPAC 4 was a failure. The only thing he says went well was viewership on his show, which means that he bought more bots.
Yeah.
The question, the thing is, if he's so successful and just rolling in all this money, he can't afford the security team?
You know,
and it's like, and is Tyler Russell, like, is living illegally in the United States in Nick Fuentes' basement, but yet Tyler Russell won't fucking defend the household?
Yeah.
Tyler Russell can't even muster up a hockey stick to come to Nick's defense? Holy fuck. Your illegal immigrant goon can't eat. What's the point of even fucking having that snowback in your house? What's the fucking point?
By the way, if you have 10 to 30,000 viewers every single night, right? You have the money for security. You got the money. 50 grand.
Listen, it's all on Rumble and it's all fucking fish. I'm sure there's a couple thousand people who watch. Like,
I would say
there is an audience for it, and he was reaching people on Twitter, but the thing is, the people he reaches on Twitter don't like him. Every single alliance that he's forged has failed.
No.
I don't even know why they bother like bringing in women and shit like this, because it's obvious they're not wanted. Like it's like when the Groypers are making all this weird, creepy fucking child porn shit of their fucking the top Twitter account that they had, that Morgan Ariel girl. They're making all these images of her daughter getting raped and shit like this.
And then the husband came out, right? And he's trying to battle them now, right? I saw
it's crazy.
Like who sent it to me? Someone sent it to me, but it was like he's like heading to court now, and they're like suing a bunch of Groypers for child porn.
It's fucking crazy, and it's like this really is like another AF apocalypse. Like it's another fucking total destruction. Kessler's wrote another article exposing them that I fucking retweeted earlier today. Their reputation is ruined amongst everybody. Nobody in the right wing takes them fucking seriously. How much political capital, by the way, was wasted fighting over Wife Jack? You know, like, how much fucking airtime was spent arguing over a stupid fucking meme that they just can't relate to because they're perpetual fucking children and they hate fucking women and they're fucking incel? How much time and effort was wasted on waging that war that only alienated people that would be sympathetic to you? Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, there's like, we're on the verge of World War III. There's fucking wars going on in Ukraine, Syria, fucking Lebanon, Israel. Shit's fucking popping off.
There's shit to talk about.
No.
There's shit to talk about, right?
Oh no, guys. What's really important is that we focus on fucking Wife Jack, because we have to fight this battle against husbands and fathers and married families. You know, the very people who are doing what the blueprint of conservatism, the blueprint of right-wing politics says to do, which is to start a family, have kids, raise them with traditional values, the very blueprint to how we win. And no, we have to counter-signal those people. We have to cut them down. We have to shame them.
It's cringe.
Instead, we have to glorify fucking unemployed losers in the fucking basement. And I get it. The dating market's fucking felt it. Shit's fucked up. Society's horrible. There's OnlyFans girls getting ran through by 1,000 fucking penises. We all get it. But the way to combat that is not to demonize people having families, and raising them with traditional values. It's stupid. It's stupid. So pretty much anybody who's serious was like, this is fucking dumb as shit, and distanced themselves. The problem is, there's all for them to go, so they just bend the knee to Nick again. And the guys who bent the knee to him, like Harrison Smith, fucking shame on you. What a fucking loser you are. Yeah, the guy's like Nick Fuentes shitting on this fucking guy's wife and mocking her and this and that.
Oh, he did that?
And
and then
the guy cocks to him and bends the knee and kisses the ring after fucking distancing. You understand you'll never be accepted over there? Because you're a fucking adult? Because you're a man that fucks pussy, buddy? You understand that? You're never going to be accepted over there. The only way you're accepted is if you fucking destroy your entire life to battle the Jews. When you're never going to make any difference anyway. But you're going to fucking destroy your entire life, swear off all women, swear off all employment prospects, swear off getting educated, so that you can watch a fucking podcast of a Mexican child LARPing about how he's going to save the white race when he's too afraid to even fucking leave his house.
He's a child.
He's too afraid to make a stand. This is what you're going to do. You have to throw away your entire life for this fucking loser. Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah.
This is crazy shit.
I don't get it. Or how about like a Jake Shields? Like was he hit that hard in his battles, in his UFC battles? He's that CTE?
I actually just don't know. I think he has no other way of fucking making money. I guess like teaching jiu-jitsu class just isn't, not enough people want to know jiu-jitsu to pay the bills. So he feels like he has to do this to maintain some sort of relevance or get some clout or something. But the guy's clearly fucking, And by the way, everything that he's about, MMA fighter, badass, tough dude, it all counted for jack shit at AFPAC 4 when Sneeko got his fucking teeth fucking pushed in and the Groypers sat there like little fucking lambs and didn't do a goddamn thing. And they think they're going to get out into the streets and beat Antifa? They think they're going to get out into the streets and actually whip ass and fight Black Lives Matter. And like, this is never going to happen.
Imagine
in
fighting
a
black
million fucking years.
Scary.
And like, people talk about like how low IQ or controlled op Tommy Robinson and all that shit over in the UK is. But that scene at AFPAC 4 would never happen under the watch of Tommy Robinson or under the watch of anybody who's a red-blooded fucking man who wants to fight for what they believe in. Every single one of these guys are afraid of consequence. They're scared to actually go toe-to-toe with the system, with the establishment, to fucking go to jail, to get their ass kicked, to fucking beat ass, to go out and actually fight and earn the future that they believe that they deserve.
Exactly.
And so that's why they'll never have it. Motherfuckers back in the 60s, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., they might be black, but they actually fought for what they fucking believed in. They weren't afraid to go to jail. They weren't afraid to get fucking fire hydrants sprayed on them, shit like that.
Shot.
And they won the day. They won the battle in the streets. They won the battle culturally. They fought. These guys, they don't fight. They don't want to win. They just don't want to lose. It's all just a shameful fucking grift for some Mexican cat boy to sit in that fucking house and pretend he's a king, have all these guys tell him how great he is and suck him off online as he siphons money from fucking trust fund Nepo kids. And that's all it ever is, and that's all it ever will be. The few times that he's gone out in public, it was a total fucking disaster. He led the American right wing into January 6th, into the waiting arms of federal agents who locked up some of the best young guys the right wing had.
Yep.
Guys who actually would have taken action. Guys who are loyal. Guys who are still rotting in solitary confinement. He took the cream of the crop and sent them all to fucking prison. Just like Dickie Spencer did before him in 2017. And the clusterfuck of that still really hasn't even been resolved. Charlottesville, the Sines v. Kessler lawsuit, that shit went on for 7 years. We're still dealing with January 6th. People still want to tell you that you should line up behind this guy, go to his events. Why would you ever do such a thing? Why would you ever screw yourself like that?
Well,
this is a little fucking coward, afraid, cowering in his fucking house, calling the cops, asking the system to protect him. As every day on his show, he talks about how the system is evil and must be destroyed.
Well, Ash, don't forget, even after they were arrested on January 6th, just 2 months ago, where Sarter, who's now put on charges for being at January 6th, donates to Nick Fuentes. And you know what Nick Fuentes says? I hope Kamala wins. You'll have to be sacrificed. Sorry. To his own guy that he brought.
It's like there's side and that's the thing is there's no loyalty to his own people. Every guy who serves under him only exists to be thrown under the bus to protect him.
Yep.
There's no riches for you in the America First movement. Beardson Beardley, the number 2, lives in a trailer,
crying at night on streams, like tears,
literally crying, getting drunk, like pathetic loser, making $5 in 2 hours. Dalton Clodfelter,
quit.
Promising young prospect in the paleo-conservative movement. He had been in the military. He was clean cut and presentable. Joins AF. Suddenly he's out. He's gay looking. He's living in fucking squalor and fucking filth. Broke as a fucking joke. Unable to provide for his wife, who, by the way, is Latina. And we're talking about, this is like a serious white movement. Vincent James, father to, I believe, 4 fucking kids. This guy is the treasurer the treasurer of America First Foundation. He's considered their most credible speaker. The guy has been at every AFPAC, loyal through every setback. This motherfucker is having to work at 1-800-GOT-JUNK, removing trash from people's homes.
He has 3 jobs,
because apparently
he said, remember?
He's got 3 fucking jobs right now.
Yeah.
How he's not taken care of, how he's not provided for. Shame on you, Nicholas. Shame on you and your movement. How can you ask any young man to join up, forgo an education, forgo a family, forgo friends, have the whole world hate them for your sake, and yet you can't even materially provide for your strongest and most loyal supporters? Then what in the fuck are you doing? You can't even protect yourself. And you're talking about how you're going to protect America, how you're going to protect the white race, how you're going to protect everybody from the illegals coming in and black people committing crime, yet you can't even secure your own home? Are you fucking kidding? How fucking pathetic. You're hiding behind the fucking skirt of another Mexican police officer, scared to stand for what you believe in the moment. He comes up to you. Are you a white supremacist? And you, like Peter, who denied Jesus, go, no, I'm not white. No, I'm not white. I'm Mexican. No, well, we'll say you're not white. You're cast out. You deny us in your moment of trial and tribulation. You deny the white race, and yet you stand and say that you protect it, and you serve for it, and you're going to die for it. You're full of shit. No matter how many words of eloquence and beauty and the rhetoric that comes out of your mouth, your actions show that you will never stand for it, that you will always throw others under the bus because you're a scared little fucking boy. You don't have the experience to stand as a man. You never will. It's over. The movement's fucking dead. It's time for people to move on with their lives.
He denied Hitler 3 times.
He did. He denied Hitler 3 times. How can he be Hitler 2, 3, and 4?
If he can't,
he denies Hitler. He denies his whiteness.
Right?
Come on. What are you? Come on.
It's a joke, by the way, guys.
Shit.
But yo, Ashton, wow. No, you're right. Buddy, I can't believe it. I can't believe what I saw there when he goes, I'm Mexican. How do any Groypers look at him seriously now? How do they, he's bringing the cop, come to the backyard. You're telling the cop
you're
what
afraid
to do?
Nobody's afraid of the
being
line
filmed.
of sight
Yeah,
from grandma.
Like
if you're not doing anything wrong, stand for what you believe in. He should have come to the door and preached the gospel of Fuentesism to grandma.
Yeah.
You're telling me he couldn't win a rhetorical debate with that 57-year-old grandma? Like, if you're afraid to debate grandma, then it's over, bro.
Right?
It's fucking cooked.
Well,
and that's the thing,
show, yeah.
card counter Bon Clay.
Let's get some subs.
He says Trump is a coward. Trump doesn't have the balls to get it done. But Trump got shot, and he stood up and pumped his fucking fist in the air, and he said, fight, fight, fight. When Nick Fuentes has a fucking grandma come to his door, he fucking loses his mind and shits his pants in fear of being raped. That's how he fucking rolls. Like, it's crazy to think that in any fucking world, this guy would be able to handle the pressure that Trump is under. People actually do try and kill Trump all the fucking time now. All the fucking time.
3 times we know of.
I'll tell you this, if Nick was fucking shot at, we would probably never see this motherfucker ever again.
No.
He would f off. He would go into hiding for at least a good long fucking time.
2-3 years.
He wouldn't be out there on the campaign trail, going out in public, making a stand. It just would never, ever, ever happen. Ever. So Jaden can actually come on. Oh, he can. So we'll bring Jaden on for this segment. I just want to get everything confirmed with him and make sure he's ready and prepared. So we're going to go to the Fuentes segment as soon as Jaden is ready.
Okay.
So, guys, we have the Fuentes body cam footage we're going to be going over tonight. We have Fuentes' kind of Christmas meltdown last night. Him going after Chris Burnett, him admitting to 2024 being a failure. We have all that.
So
right, I guess Jaden is ready. So let's bring Jaden on.
Okay.
Let's go into this Fuentes stuff. Let's call Jaden here.
Let me
on Discord.
Let me throw in. I'll make a new group chat there. Okay, 1 sec. Let me add him here. All right. I'm gonna phone us now. Ready, set, go. All right. Luckily, I have the scene set up from when Steve was on. So let's just get this going here. Boom, boom, boom. So this should automatically just work. Theoretically. Whoa, buddy.
There we go.
Yo,
the legendary America First leader, Jaden McNeil.
Wow, man.
Also known as Judas. You betrayed your Jesus. You betrayed the Messiah, Judas. How could you do that?
Dude, I know. I'm a little under the weather. That's why initially I wasn't like, yo, yeah, let's go. But I checked the racist Hooper chat and saw PPP was like,
I was like calling
hey, you
for
hop on?
All right.
Send the signal. The Jaden signal.
We'll join up. Something embarrassing happened with Fuentes. We got to get Jaden in here. The reason we brought Jaden, you lived in this house, didn't you?
No, yeah, it's funny because when I was watching it, I broke it down myself about an hour ago. And you'll notice in the footage, there's like lights on in the basement apartment. I'm like, wait a second. Who's living in this old apartment? Who's living and active in this apartment? And then you mentioned Tyler Russell with his hockey stick. He couldn't even
the snowback Tyler
I know.
Russell.
And where's he at? I agree. I was right there with you. He was nowhere to be found.
So, Jaden, I gotta ask, when it comes to security, like, has Fuentes ever had security?
Is he lying?
Like, ever?
He had security at a couple Stop the Steal events. He hired security. But other than that, like at the actual place or anything, no.
Yeah, no home security.
There was a kiwi farmer that dug through the trash and also took pictures of which I'm cool with the guy now, but he took pictures of the fucking like my apartment window when I was living there. That's why when Nick is like, I was doxxed 2 days ago. It's like it's been 4 years.
Because you've said throughout the years that he's incredibly paranoid that he's going to be killed, that he's going to be taken out. If that's the case,
Israel, not by like grandma, but.
Well, why doesn't he have security? Like,
he's a millionaire.
Where are the
we're gonna
members
learn
of the movement, Jaden? Where are they?
Have you watched the full 20 minutes of the body cam footage?
I did. So I literally just watched it in like the half hour leading up to the show. I'm like, holy but I haven't had time to really analyze it in detaell. Go ahead, Jaden. Give us your thoughts on it.
In that, you'll notice he says, I have security coming here at 7, but I can't afford 24-hour security. So,
but I thought he was a millionaire, Jaden.
I did too.
But where did all the money go?
I don't know. There's no refunds. Where is the money? That's what everyone wants to know.
DLC. DLC.
Is there not anybody in the movement who's like tough and macho and badass or has a gun?
I think he should chain up Beardson like an actual bulldog and have him on his lawn. So anyone that walks by like barks at and attacks, you know?
Well, if Beardson's donations don't improve, it might be his only option pretty soon. Did you see the guy's stream the other day?
Yes, of course I did. I'm the number one Beardson guy. Of course I saw it.
No, I'm the number one Beardson guy,
Beardson hater.
Yeah.
Guy.
The number one Beardson
I watched your coverage of that actually for a bit while I was doing some shit, but he was suffering that night.
Dude, he's been suffering. Every day is a suffer for the bean. But
yeah, he's
suffering.
He made $5 at 2.5 hours. So that's not even an exaggeration either. He used to be
the number one, like maybe like 2 or 3 guy, right? He was like 500 a night, Whatever happened to that guy he was doing a show with? That what's his name? Hey, I'm
Wurzelroot?
Boston. Yeah, Wurzelroot.
Wurzelroot. He's still around, I think.
Oh, he's still?
I just so we're going to get to it at one point. So Nick starts seething about this Chris Burnett guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, how low has your career fallen to where you're talking about Beardson? And I'm just thinking, I'm like, holy like, these are supposed to be your guys. And you're like, he's like they're all like losers. You know everything about Beardson, Alltown, and Wurzelroot. Like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I thought these guys were the future leaders of America. I thought these people were the loyal foot soldiers of a political movement, Jaden.
Yeah, I know. I thought they demanded respect, and Nick's just shitting on his generals. Like, the General Beardson? How the next A-Log's going to laugh at him, and what's Beardson going to say when Nick himself is laughing in his face?
I don't know. So, all right. What do you think? Should we listen to the entire 22 minutes? Should we just go to Nick's portion?
The 5-minute one is really good. The 5 minutes, all like the main portions of the 20-minute.
Yeah, I think you listen to the main portion and just you skip to the cop actually approaching.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, let's go to that because I'll just sum up. Like, these women were cringe as f***. They were retarded as f***. They shouldn't have been there to begin with. I disagree with them going there. They shouldn't be going there. That being said, you can't mace somebody for ringing your doorbell. That's fucking unhinged. But when Nick talks about how he's like calling the police day and night all the time, it just raises the question, because I was asking you about his paranoia. Do you think that it's actually that people are coming all the time? Or is it the boy who cried wolf and that's why the police aren't even bothering to fucking show up? Because this guy is just constantly paranoid, ringing them off the hook since his docs came out. And every time they show up, there's nothing going on. What do you think, Jade?
I'm going to be honest. I think that this is the first chick that actually went to his door. That's what I think. I don't think that there's people that are going night and day. As someone who unfortunately has, it wasn't quite to the same level as Nick.
You were in the bunker, buddy.
With the Floyd tweet at college, and like I had all the college athletes saying they were gonna like come after me, and every black in the state of Kansas was like,
"Whoa!" So like the 7 of them?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They all play for the football team and then the basketball for Kansas. Exactly. And that's the only ones that exist in the state.
It's like one extra guy, you know, like.
Yeah. They were all fired up. They were, I got all the threats. I got the like my address posted multiple times and whatnot. And those are like angry black men, and none of them like came and killed me. So I find it hard. Like the angry women, like Nick's went more. He got more women pissed off or whatever. But we got one Jewish grandma out of it. Like from my experience of people posting my shit, it's
because
you're alive.
To give Fuentes,
I'm living.
We'll float him something here. I find it interesting how he said that they never show up, but then in this specific incident, they did show up. Maybe he really did get set up. I don't know, because it's funny to me that they do show up when it's like the senior citizen grandma, when it's the worst possible optics for him imaginable, and that's when they fucking nail him. It is interesting to me that because he's basically saying he's living in constant fear. People are there night and day. He's calling the police night and fucking day, and they never show up.
One person that he said that was sitting outside allegedly, and he gave him the plates. So if that's the person, if that's his big, there was one person sitting outside. I gave you the plates. You guys drove by and didn't do anything. Then is he exaggerating to the cop? Is he exaggerating?
Well, and he acts like he's like not going to talk to the police, but then he starts like squealing and talking to the police.
Yeah,
like
the little catwalk.
I know my rights, and then he just keeps talking. Like I know it's like hard for probably somebody like him to not say something because he's always a fucking mouthpiece, but like he just couldn't shut the fuck up. He kept answering their questions. I say I refuse to answer.
He
would give them more information.
Tomorrow. Do you honestly
probably not tomorrow, because tomorrow is just like the first hearing.
Right. Yeah, they'll just.
So it'll probably be a 5-minute court hearing where they're like, probably that he pleads at this event. Based on what we've been seeing with Rekieta, this shit takes a long time, and it's probably going to be following him into 2025. And I honestly, I think that he will get some sort of a slap on the wrist for sure.
But like probation or something, or do you think it'll be worse? I really hope
he gets community service, and I think that's the most fitting punishment for Fuentes, is to force him to go out on the side of the road and pick up cans.
I say dick in the ass.
Dirty old piss bottles and fucking people are laughing at him as they drive by. You know, people will find out when he's doing it, like Boogie, and they'll throw piss bottles at him, fucking spit on him, heckle him as he does it. That's what I think. Now, if he actually goes to jail, he's
that won't happen. I don't think that will
making it. But I think this is really, like, we've talked about how it's over. It's never been so over for the movement as we've gone through the years, and Cozy.tv died.
It's more over every month.
All of the first wave Groyper generals like yourself, Patrick Casey, Jake Lloyd, all of you guys are gone. It's just down to like the bottom of the barrel scabs.
We're on like the 8th reckoning. Like there's now like did you see that, like, this Morgan Ariel chick who no one knows who that is, and this other guy, that Evan guy, no one knows who that is. Like they're all leaving the movement now.
Nobody's
even like the supposed Twitter gains.
Yeah. They're all over it.
Really?
It's all bought. It's all over.
Well, they're like, we're sick of all this child rape, pedophilia stuff, and it's like, we've been calling that out for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, you joined when that was going on, and they're like, well, now we've had enough. Because I've been in a couple group chats where people have pressed them. Shout out to Kino Shay. He pressed one of them, and they're like, well, we're all here now, so that's what matters, right? And Kino Shay's like, fuck you, I hope.
Well, the thing is, like, most of the fucking core A-logs are, like, bored and have moved on from it because it's just so fucking over. But this latest cascade of failure, Nick getting fucking charged and stuff, the writing's really on the wall. And the edit I made of Nick's show last night, even he admits that 2024 total failure. AFPAC 4, failure. Groyper War 2, failure. The resistance against Trump, failure. Every single thing he tried to do to be a legitimate political force this year failed. The only thing he can do is be a podcaster hanging out in his fucking room. That's all he can and ever will amount to.
Well, not to like beat the same, not to just keep beating like a dead horse, even though that's what I do literally all the time. Yeah, I mean, you could say that about 2023. You could say that about most of 2022.
Well, it's been like 3 years since the last AFPAC. 3 years?
AFPAC 3 was 3 years ago, and that was the last one.
Wait, it was?
Wow.
Yeah, that was, you can't count AFPAC 4 because
of it. Yeah. Oh my God. That was terrible. Year one of our show. Yeah.
Well, because he knows that he'll never get that level of speakers again. Because back then,
Milo got him MTG.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And Vincent James was like up there sweating and yelling, and it was like,
no, that was different. But remember, Stu Peters started the battle with Marjorie Taylor Greene and all that. All right, let's get into this because all right.
We're just gonna keep going forever.
We can go for a million years. The greatest hits. Shit. Yeah. The greatest hits. Remember Ollie Alexander, everybody. Remember when Ralph was pilled out every day on Fortress Cozy and Ralphomania?
It's like the Rolling Stones are back for their last the Rolling Stones are back for their last tour. Like, let's go, all the hits. All right, here we are. Crime Piece. By the way, remember, crime is based. So, all right.
That's what he said.
That is what he said.
He was preparing himself for his future.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, it doesn't matter. You can stay outside. Okay. Were you the one that got pushed? I'm like no, there's a woman standing out there. I'm sorry, I'm shaking so hard.
Honestly, just skip ahead. Skip ahead to what, about 11 minminutes? Go. Let's see here, because it's pretty irrelevant what they're saying here.
But she was rattled though.
They were rattled, and they're cringe as like the lady. If we find her, if we stop on the frame, she's got all these buttons, all of these cringy fucking like Antifa and leftist cause buttons on her sweater.
No,
look at her. You know, it's like holy.
Can I just point out that this was proposed? Because people give me shit. I lived there. I took a job, or so I thought. I was told that not only I would be getting paid to produce the show, which never happened, but that this was the, quote, Gold Coast of one of the nicest suburbs in Chicago. This was the Gold Coast of Berwyn, I was told. The Gold Coast. And you look at it, and it's just like the slums. It's just the slums.
This is like, I have this beautiful oceanfront property in Kansas.
Yeah.
Jaden,
like
how could you be fooled, Jaden?
It literally it's like the opposite of like the Wizard of Oz. Like, it was all in color when I was in Kansas, and then I went to Chicago and it was all black and white, and I'm just like, what is this place? Anyways, just a small aside.
All right.
All right. Well, we can listen to a little bit of her, because she's just like, because the cop has very little sympathy for her. He's basically, the thing is, the cop is actually very sympathetic to Fuentes through this entire fucking ordeal, in my opinion. And that's what makes the way Nick treats him so fucking insane to me, is the cop is really trying to be fair, and is kind of the opinion, at least that I got from this interaction, that this bitch, like, why the fuck did you go here? You were looking to cause trouble, and you found trouble. Like, congratulations, you stupid bitch.
If Nick had just opened the door and filmed her and mocked her, he would have got way more clout and support. And not be in trouble, obviously.
I think everybody would have supported him.
Yeah, I would laugh. I'd be like, okay.
The problem is,
or they wouldn't have said anything at all. I mean, like, when that exact same Berwyn house got swatted, and it was myself who got all the cops pointing their guns at me and everything, and Nick thought it was the funniest thing in the world. He wasn't talking about his safety then. He wasn't talking about people showing up to his door then. He was just laughing that Go ahead.
I would like to see both of them get charged and both of them get felted. Just to discourage this sort of fucking nonsense. Because, like, the thing is, though, is it trespassing? Because I don't think he ever told her to leave. So, I don't know if she can be charged with trespass or what the charge would be. Maybe disorderly conduct. Or
she hadn't even gone to the door in the video that we saw. I mean, we haven't seen it. Well, who knows what happened before the video, but in the video we saw she hadn't even rang the doorbell yet and was like, "Oh, hi. F you."
Yeah.
Here to begin with.
If you had waited a second.
I mean,
because she didn't even get to ring the bell, did she?
No, she went to touch the door. Almost got it, and the door flies open.
Oh, but
you could see that whole front yard from that window. I mean, there's like a little cloth. You can see the whole front yard. You can see that parking spot. There's a fire hydrant right there, so you can't have a car parked there. So you can see the street. You can see the whole front of the house. You can see everything.
All right, let's start from around here, because this is the woman that was assaulted by Fuentes. The woman before that, honestly, I found nothing interesting in it, but we'll watch from here.
To me, I know about the social post now. I mean, she told me about it. The lady that shot. It doesn't seem like a good idea to come to somebody's house and
it doesn't seem like a good idea to go to somebody's house, which it's not. You really shouldn't be going to people's house, And the thing is, all of us are online figures. All of us, potentially risk having some fucking lunatic leftist show up, or just some angry A-log or whatever. So I do have some degree of sympathy. If it was anybody else, because Jaden, just give a bit of testimony of the things that Nick has threatened you with in terms of life ruination, the tactics that he's used against you over the years.
Well, first of all, when I lived there and was streaming, and someone pounded on my window, because I actually found the clip of your stream recently where you're like, the Jaden stream, the Jaden stream, the Jaden stream. And because I got swatted when I was there, and it was meant for Nick or whatever, but because I was on the bottom floor, obviously I got the brunt of it. Nick didn't even know what was going on. I had all the guns pointed at me. They were banging on all the windows, and at first I thought it was like Kiwi farmers with me because they had taken pictures of the trash and stuff. So I like laughed it off, haha, moved my camera, and I went, grabbed a Glock, called the cops, and said, hey, you know, X, Y, and Z, people are banging on my door. And, yeah, because I'm in Chirac. I'm in Chirac. Yeah. Like, why wouldn't I?
That's Jaden, like Nick. You actually have a Glock, does Nick?
Yeah, I also have this clarinet case by me at all times. This is a clarinet case. Like, I keep shit. You know, you gotta keep on you when you have.
Jaden was about to pull out like a full on.
No, I keep the clarinet case because you never know. You never know with, like you said, when you're an online figure, when you have insane people like the Groypers, all this X, Y, and Z. You know, Nick thinks it's funny. He thought it was funny then when when all the officers, when I called them, they're like, that's us. Come out with your hands up. Come out, you know, there they are. Guns pointing, flashlights. Nick thought it was hilarious. It happened a second time. Hilarious. Going onward.
How many times?
Family members, friend. How many times did cops actually show up?
Swatting, yeah, like in total.
Well,
yeah,
like
about.
Times that they actually had guns out was twice. People called more, but at that point, it got to the point where it was like, okay,
they just
we're
knock
outside,
or call you.
Yeah. But I mean, like you said, PPP, this is the guy who currently have like at this point like his 9th round of generals leave the movement, which is currently some homosexual guy and a single mother with a 14-year-old daughter that the Groypers are all threatening to rape currently. So that's what is going on in Groyper world. And Nick, of course, you know, he doesn't care. That's his crew. Those are funny jokes, whatever so he says. Meanwhile, he's crying about this whole incident
they're threatening to rape him online, but you know his followers are to rape, kill, and die for him.
Rape, and die.
It's all jokes and it's all fun when it's his guys talking about raping other people. As soon as he gets threatened with rape, it's a serious threat to his life.
Exactly.
It's just funny how that works. Okay, let's listen to some more of this.
And thank you, Obama Phone Pro Max 5G for the 5 subs. Really appreciate you, man. Love you guys.
I mean, based on I get the post might upset you, and it might be something that you don't agree with, but to go in somebody's house is kind of over the top.
I understand that. At the same time, if somebody comes to my door who's upset with me, and I don't know anything about them being violent or anything like that, I don't open the door, pepper spray.
Well, you know,
she does have a good argument there. I hate to give it to her, but she's like, if you're in fear for your life, why would you open the door? You know, it doesn't make sense at all.
Oh,
I'm so sick of these Mormons coming to my door. Get the f out of here. Or like, I don't want your damn Thin Mints. Shh. Just spray them when the Girl Scouts show up. Like, I don't know. Usually they're a little more.
Down the steps.
What's your phone number?
Beep.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you like done in this situation?
I want to file some sort of complaint.
A complaint as in
Now, pause. I do want to say she is talking really well for somebody who apparently has 6 cracked ribs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's standing like without like hunched over.
Maybe the adrenaline powered her through it and she didn't feel it at all. But she apparently has 6 cracked or broken ribs at this point, and she doesn't appear to be in any real discomfort. You know?
Ash, are you trying to say she's lying about the number of ribs cracked?
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I think it
you have
was.
to be careful
now
here.
the doctors, the experts say it was exactly 6 cracked ribs. That's what the doctors say, allegedly. So I'm gonna go with it, and that she does have proof that she has 6 cracked ribs, and that Fuentes is responsible.
Yeah.
False?
Well, hold on. So you trying to get a report, or you trying to get them arrested?
I don't really care. What do you advise?
No, I can't advise you on that.
I don't know.
Only way that if I had to still speak with them, I'm trying to get all your side, and then
Is that her car? Like the Jew-mobile?
No, it's not.
It looks like the Israel flag.
Buddy, not everything that's blue and white is the Israeli flag.
It's like
that's about as
Jewish.
Oh my God, that's not making the clip channel.
Flake, cut that.
After we speak to both parts. But if this might end up being a report,
calling it to the Jew-mobile.
It's the Star of David.
To the Jew-mobile, Ruth. Okay, all right.
Instead of a grappling hook, it's a menorah. Okay.
Actually go to court against them and sit in court against them.
I don't care. That's fine.
So do you want to sign complaints and get them arrested? That's what I'm asking.
Do I have to make the decision the second?
Well, if you're not sure right now, what we'd do is I would talk to him, I would make a report, you would get checked out by the ambulance, and then the detectives would have to get involved. And then you could choose to figure it out, talk to whoever you need to talk to. I would recommend not talk to social media people because they're going to tell you completely different things.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
But talk to whoever you need to talk to.
We can move on,
it
right?
does make me kind. Well, no,
you want to keep watching? Okay,
but what does make me skeptical as well is that she doesn't immediately want to press charges.
Yeah.
She's not immediately like, I was assaulted. This is a crime. I want to press charges. Now, you can come up with a bunch of reasons maybe why she didn't. She was in shock, or she wasn't thinking clearly, or whatever. But it is surprising to me that the first thing out of her mouth wasn't, I want to press charges. How do I do that right now? Because her story now is, 6 cracked ribs. She was brutalized. She was traumatized during this situation. I am just trying to be fair with this because having watched this, I do see why people hate this bitch and really are happy that she got fucking maced. But at the end of the day, like, the law is the law. You can't do this. And she is also an elderly fucking woman.
Wait a second. She's elderly. She's old, right? Apparently, even if you break one rib, you'll get strong pain in your chest area. It's hard to breathe, and you'll cough. There's swelling and tenderness. 6 ribs, and not like at all? No breathing, no coughing, nothing? Oh, fractured? It was fractured
She's
ribs.
in shock, and there's adrenaline. Now, mind you, she's going to have the best... She's going to have the best Jewish lawyer that she could get. Like,
Nick has Eduardo. Nick has some Mexican lawyer named Eduardo. According to the AP, that's not even a dox. According to AP News and ABC News,
lawyer.
he has a Mexican lawyer out of Berwyn named Eduardo.
It's over.
It's over.
I'm not even.
It's over. He's going to get penalty. He's going to get the death penalty. No.
Well, I mean, you kind of shoot yourself in the. I mean, what was he gonna do? Hire a Jew lawyer? Hey, Mr. Jew lawyer. Like,
well, he should. Maybe it would help him.
Well,
he always has said there are a lot of good Jews in the movement.
He has said that.
A lot of them were gay, like Milo, and fucking, But they were some of the finest
crypto
people
scammers, or Laura Loomer, or
Laura Loomer, the jigsaw puppet, and shit like that. So
he's getting felted.
Know. Better call Juan.
I don't know.
Juan's gonna help him there.
Is it Ralph's lawyer? All right.
I don't know. Ralph might have a better lawyer.
No, Ralph actually does have. Ralph has the best lawyers somehow. Ralph is actually has the best legal expertise of anybody in the sector because he's been in the courtroom just so many times.
Like 19 times.
He's been in the courtroom more than Rekieta, who's supposedly a lawyer. Like, if I had to choose between Ralph or Rekieta as my lawyer, I'm calling Ralph. Ralph will find a way to get you off. Josh?
Maybe that's where he found Eduardo.
What?
That's
What?
where
Yeah,
Nick
that's
found
Ralph's
Eduardo. He had no
lawyer.
hookup. It's like, listen, I need a Mexican lawyer. I'm Mexican. We're really gonna play this up in court. The fact that I'm a minority.
Our defender, Nicholas J. Fuentes, has done nothing but sacrifice his life for the Mexican people. Saying that he was a white supremacist is wrong, bitch. All right.
And then you can make a decision later.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do now? I would
Yeah,
still make a report.
Yeah, I'll make a report.
Just a report?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Susie, just do me a favor.
The cop, by the way, is like, what do you want to do? I don't know what happens after. Like, you go follow up with the right people. Like, I don't know. Like, he doesn't. There's no like step-by-step process.
No,
like,
cards.
do this, do that. This is what happens. He's
Later
just like,
on, they're like, wow, we are the lowly peons. They send us to this shitty district. Me and you, same, Mr. Fuentes. Same. Like,
the other cop asks him
of Mexican brotherhood in the alleyway.
Oh, he calls him I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, the other cop asks him what happened, and he explains it. He's like, "What do we do?" The other cop's like, "I don't know. It's just, where's the other girl?" It's like no one knows what to do.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do a report. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna get his side of the story.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a report, but please, just don't show up back at his house.
Okay.
Please don't show up at his house.
Did she just say, or did he just say that she's trespassed from the home now? I think that's what he said.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't come back.
And maybe you choose to, if you want to pursue criminal charges at a later time, that's totally up to you. But
that's where she went. Okay.
I would suggest contact us and don't come here.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. I don't want to engage with that psycho.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
we don't want to engage with that psycho.
He went, rang the doorbell. As soon as you opened the door, he sprayed you with a
sprayed me,
and
pushed me,
grabbed
took
your
my
phone,
phone,
went inside, and then came back out. When I came.
Shortly after you arrived.
With both hands? How do you push it with both hands?
I believe so. Yeah. It was kind of.
And you were right in front of the door.
Yeah, I just rang the doorbell.
Yeah. So you were right by where the doorbell is in the door.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
I fell backwards.
The one correction here is she never actually did touch the doorbell, but that is more so in her favor than anything else. What she's saying seems to be consistent with what we saw on that videotape. Does anybody see anything different in what she's saying than in the videotape that we saw?
Seems pretty accurate.
Where?
In front of
she got her phone back when the cop asked Nick. Someone asked him.
Somebody asked, how did she break ribs if she landed on her back? Well, I mean, I don't think that's really a gotcha there. It's, old people break stuff all the time. Ribs go around the back.
Maybe when he pushed
her. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, I mean,
turned into dust.
I don't know. Old people break shit all the time getting out of bed, but I mean, my thing is like I will be upfront and honest. If this was like Matt Walsh, I probably wouldn't cover it or care and say don't go to his house. But the fact of the matter is, Nick Fuentes is a serial doxer, swatter, talks about killing, raping, dying to all of his followers all the time.
Yep.
He sends people after all of his enemies constantly. He doxes everybody. He laughs about it when groypers show up at other people's houses. So I'm not going to sit here and cry like pearl clutching and cry crocodile tears.
And January 6th, right? January 6th.
And that's exactly right.
Like that's what it is. If you're one of those people that hasn't personally, like, that's fine. Fair enough. I'm just telling you.
Ali, Ali with the pedo stuff. Like, the list goes on and on.
On the floor.
Yes.
And then you got back up.
Yes.
You wouldn't give me
and he had taken my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, kind of got.
Oh, and he's fat.
Your story, please. Just do me a favor. Just stand over here.
His highest crime.
Get inside.
His highest crime. Nicholas J. Fuentes is fat, and he needs to repent. Put down that fork, fatty Fuentes, and repent. You need to have the chiseled washboard abs.
Oh, give you a report number.
I love the Maker's Mark sweater. It's so good, dude.
The twink death is real with Fuentes, though, isn't it, Jaden? Like,
dude, did you see the picture I posted? Did you see that or no?
What did you post? Hang on, let me check.
Just look at my Twitter. I mean, we'll see it in this if we ever get to it, but you'll see it.
Okay. Okay.
There's a frame of him where it's just like brutal. Like, you know, when the Groypers were coming after, like their big own was Jaden slapped PPP's gut when they were drinking on the 4th of July. It's to the point where his gut, like, it needs to be fucking slapped on the 4th. Like, it's getting like, no. This. What the? Look at this. I haven't even seen these yet.
What? I didn't see this yet either.
They just got released.
No. He's the rape. Look at the shame. Look at the shame. You see the shame in his felted face. Zoom in. He's looking down. This officer, but he's kind of in heaven here. The officer grabbing him like that.
The officer's smiling.
Biting his lip. The officer, he likes it.
Well, the officer calls him his hermano, bro. They're brothers. Oh, you're not a white supremacist? No, I'm Mexican. You're in the right place in Berlin.
Buddy, his physiognomy is felted as
bro, like, I promise you, PPP, when you see that picture, the frame I'm talking about, you're going to die.
He's fat.
Man.
Right, sorry.
He's fat.
That was here, I'm gonna retweet that. Oh, I have to do it on the other browser. I'll do that after.
His knees bend backwards.
Where were we? Okay.
As soon as the ambulance is gonna pull up.
That was Yukon. Tweeted that, by the way. I'll retweet it right now. All right.
You hear them? They're gonna check your eyes. You could sign a medical refusal, and then you don't have to go with them. But I do want them to check your eyes out. Okay? Give me a second. Okay. So I'm getting.
This is so funny. This is so funny.
Can we do it here, man?
This is so creepy, eh? It's like he's walking without saying anything.
He doesn't say anything. The thing is, he should have just kept walking if he really wanted it to happen in his backyard so bad.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't have the ball. I don't know. He's so awkward during this whole interaction. He's just out of it. Like,
yeah. I think he's like he hadn't slept in a few days. It looks like he's on some sort of drugs, not like pills. I don't mean like meth or coke or something. But
maybe he's on anxiety medication.
Something like
Adderall.
something weird. But I'm just guessing.
I don't want to all the way back. She's gonna. Well, I'm telling you, I'm listening.
Seems out of it.
Let's do it here.
Come on, man. I don't want to.
Why?
I don't want to.
He goes, come on, man.
Let's do it here.
Come on, man. Let's do it here.
Why? He turns around. Why?
Look at him there.
Nick's
That's
so
scary,
seething, bro. He's so seething.
Buddy.
Well, no, I mean, look, it's just a little Mexican child, buddy. It's a scared Mexican child cornered in the alleyway, and he wants to go into the safety of the back wad so that the mean old lady doesn't make fun of him or film him. It's like, get a grip, buddy. Get a grip.
His face looks so like demonic here, eh?
Argue with you.
I always in the backyard where she can't have a line of sight.
Well, she's not even.
Like,
she can't have a line of sight. Like she pulls out a sniper rifle.
She can't have a line of sight. This is Operation Catboy Homo. And let me tell you, bro, I can't be having this Jewish grandma with a line of sight. What if she pulls out a 50 cal and blows my head off?
What's the worst? What's she gonna get, a video? Well, that already exists. A photo of you and the cop, that already exists.
She's looking at me. She's looking at me, officer. She's looking at me.
She stuck her tongue out. She flipped me off. Like, I don't understand.
Oh man,
what possibly could happen?
Dude.
Okay. But you could. So
Nick, I don't want. I'm trying to
just go to the backyard.
Nick, is your Nick? Is your name Nick?
Yes.
Okay, Nick. I'm trying to get your side of the story, and by you acting like this, it's not helping, man. I got two stories.
You acting like this, it's not helping. Look at how deflated Nick is. Like, he's so defeated, his body language at this point. It's like, oh, no,
like,
buddy.
Really, dude? Really, man?
No, Fenor Snails in a chat. He's an antisocial dweeb. Like, the thing is, this guy, you got to understand, he's completely isolated from any human contact. He's in that house nearly every hour of every day of his life. He doesn't have real life friends. Like Jaden, is this not the case?
No, that's true. But even though, like, I would sit there and say, like, well, he has Tyler there. But I will once again reiterate, when I went weeks at a time without seeing Nick. Like, I would just be doing my own thing, streaming, whatever, and he'd be, you know, whatever. Well, for the first year, he wasn't even living in the same building. He was living at his parents. But regardless, he was 3 floors up, doing his own thing, whatever the that is, and it just wasn't like a normal, like, it wasn't like a roommate, it wasn't like a friendship, it wasn't like it was just, unless, you know, I needed this, I need that.
You would see
he's
occasionally.
He's basically a solitary hermit, is what you're saying.
100%. Everything's DoorDash, everything he, you know, the only time that he would ask is because his mom would frequently get worried that he would sleep through his show. So at like you know, he did request a few times, hey man, if I'm not up by like 11 or 12, can you like bang on the door
at night?
Yeah, like 4 hours after the show. It was supposed to start.
I'm
just
not
like
awake
knock
by
on
4 hours after my show is supposed to start. Just wake me up.
You're like the hotel doing the call, the call service.
And that's like embarrassing to even tell, but regardless, I mean, that's the truth.
His mom would have to come and wake him up.
Well, no, she would text. Constantly. She'd text and be like, is he dead? What's going on? And would be like, is he alive, Jaden? And I'm like, I'll go check for you.
Because I'm trying to paint a picture for them, for people who, this might be the first time they, you know, see our coverage of Fuentes.
Sure.
Of the sort of person that he is. He's very reclusive. He's a hermit. He hasn't interacted with people on a regular basis in about 8 or 9 years, right?
Yeah.
Since Charlottesville.
At least college, yeah.
And the few people he does interact with are all sycophants that all just kiss his ass and think he's God's gift to the world. So he's now interacting with somebody who has a position of authority over him, and he really doesn't know how to handle the situation and acts very fucking weird, to say the least.
Wait, one story for anyone new here. Tell them what you told us. What happened when you moved out? What did he do again?
Bro, we really are doing all the greatest hits, aren't we?
No, because there's actually some new people. Just tell them. Come on.
Look,
the funniest.
You tell him. I don't want to tell him. Make me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to tell him. You tell him.
When Jaden moved out, he went around Jaden's like couch and bed.
Look, I left my couch and my mattress there because I moved via a car that couldn't fit those things. Then the leaked messages come out the night that I'm on the casino, and he's like, I'm taking a black light to his couch and his bed to see if him and his girlfriend ever had sex on these.
No! Well, then you would be the ultimate traitor to the movement.
I also want to just point out, because there are so many new people, I had a groiper today. I posted the fat picture on Twitter, and one of the groipers said, oh, another picture for you to use, some whatever. And it's like, buddy, there are, 20 pictures that Nick had of me taken over the span of 2 years where I was sleeping in public areas? Like, give me a fucking break. I was asleep and he was over top like, hey guys, look, Jaden's asleep.
I think in his mind what it is that he feels like he had power over you in those situations, that he could have killed you because you were asleep.
He could have killed me on Baked Alaska's couch.
It's like this like insane like serial killer type mentality where it's like, yeah, he went to sleep and I'm leering over him. I have power over. It's like that's the only thing. Like, why else would you do that?
I genuinely don't know. I
still
don't know.
Want to say it actually.
Well, I mean, that's the only theory that makes sense, Andy, is the theory that you're going to, which is why I will say 2 years later that Nick Fuentes is a homosexual.
He was
but at the time,
let's get to the bottom. What really happened at Spider-Man, Jaden? The child
nothing happened at Spider-Man because we were there with helicopter money. So that story is just completely made up. But the one about the photos is, he's like, he clearly is a homosexual that have
he's jacking it
a
to you,
spank bank or something.
And he left. It was like,
bro,
you broke up with him. It was like a breakup almost.
He posted those pictures every day. as a gotcha, as an own. Like that just like no one on earth saw it that way at all. Nobody. Not a single person saw me sleeping and him lingering over me with his fucking weird little Mexican face going like no one was like, oh, Jaden's the weird one sleeping on Baked Alaska's couch. Maybe they were. That's honestly weird enough situation to be sleeping on Baked's couch. But Jaden sleeping on Baked's couch, no one like I don't know.
We just didn't see the pictures where your penis was in his mouth. He didn't have the courage to leak
I don't
those
have
ones.
those either. So if those exist, then there needs to be another lawsuit.
Yeah, it's like Awesemo. It's like
like Awesemo.
Nick presents this shit. Look at Jaden's gay. I have his dick
for
in my
the
mouth.
first year, I was like, I wouldn't. I mean, who the fuck knows when he broke into my apartment? Because I told you guys that story. See, now we're going back in time, and people are only getting glimpses of stories.
I forgot how dark
when
it
he
was.
broke into my apartment when I was gone for a week, and he broke into my apartment. He didn't have the key. Or maybe he did have the key. I don't remember. Whatever. Regardless, he broke in,
key,
and he fucking. I wouldn't be surprised if someone told me now, 3 years later, if someone said, "Hey, oh, by the way, Nick had cameras in there." Would I be surprised? I wouldn't be.
Whoa!
Because he's a sick. Not because of me, because of him.
No, I know.
Didn't he break in to fold and sort your underwear and
he
laundry?
Broke in my lawn. He broke in. I was gone for like, and this is the week that the Kiwi farmers took pictures of like the trash can and stuff. Because if you go back and look at those pictures, there's a clothes rack, there's a shoe rack, and I came back because I was gone for a week, and my laundry was done. I had a shoe rack with all my shoes on them, and I had a clothes rack. And my first thing was like, "You broke into my apartment. Like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, what? Like, anyone would react." And he went, "I was just trying to be a good friend. You weren't appreciative of this. I went out of my way to do this, that, and this."
Bro,
and I was like, "Oh, I've never had a friend do that."
In your clothes hamper,
So,
bro.
He literally, unironically,
underwear, like.
Well, you can take it there. I'm gonna say as the you know everyone wants to takes their shots. Here's what I'll say: the Mexican child leader was scrubbing my fucking bathroom floor for free. So who really is the bitch? Who really was whose bitch? He cleaned my bathroom. He did the dirty clothes.
Wait,
he bought the shoe rack. So at the end of the day,
he bought the shoe rack.
He bought the shoe rack. He bought the clothes rack. He bought it. All that. Who was whose bitch?
Oh
actually?
my god!
I don't know.
That's
this
like
is
Norman
insane.
Bates shit. Like it's psycho, straight up.
And I left it when I moved because it wasn't mine. I never asked for it. Wanted nothing to do with it. I left when I moved.
Were you missing any underwear?
No, Andy. I hate to break it to you, but not to my knowledge. I haven't.
See, this is how we know it's a fair and balanced narrative. Jaden very well could have said, "Yeah, there were 2 pairs of Spider-Man underwear went missing. They were the ones with the fucking streaks in them. They were shit stained, and he stole them, but you didn't.
Oh, by the way, everyone, links up there for Jaden's channel. Everyone on the chat there, go follow Jaden. He does coverage on Nick and a bunch of other people. He A-logs. So go follow him and support him. He's been around for a long time. He's you defected pretty early on, right?
Oh, it was Jaden's defection that really caused an avalanche collapse.
Yes, I agree with
did.
that. I agree with that. I
opened
think it was
doors.
our 2 shows. Well, us too.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
We made this happen. So you can
show.
all you want.
It blew us
they would
up
have
too.
done it.
Yeah, man. All right.
It was a big. All right, let's have a look here.
Anyway,
now that we've jerked ourselves off for like a half hour.
You dodged the bullet, dude.
No, I know. I don't think people understand. Like, people ask me about those days. I told you, or I said on my show, I don't know if I told you guys or not. I didn't watch the replay of our show up until like 2 weeks ago. First time I've watched that episode since it aired. And just rewatching it, I was like, holy. Yeah, because it's fucked up. Like if I were to go talk to some like professional or whatever, or do like the whole thing, it was like, not to sound cringy gay, but like it went from normal college kid in politics, having like a normal, semi-normal, like not trying to like overplay it or whatever, but to going to totally recluse. You're in, like you don't know anybody. You can't talk to people, or else I'm gonna fire you. You can't like talk to girls. Why are you talking to girls? You can't like do anything normal. And it's like
that was the main source of the dispute, that you got a girlfriend and he was pissed. Yes,
you went on a date or something, and he's like, "Where were you?" Like he was like sitting at the door, right?
Well, I found other shit too that's even more like, whoa, buddy. That's like. Yeah, it's pretty clear that Nick is a homosexual. We'll just leave it there.
All right, let's play the clip. Let's play the clip.
Trying to just find the middle ground.
Well, let me take your card, because I'm not doing an interview. Huh? What I'm going to tell you is this.
Well, I heard they're targeting your house.
Yes.
So pause. So he goes. First of all, he goes, "I'm not doing an interview," and then proceeds to continue talking to the police. You know, and I love his like little impotent demand to get the card. Like, what? Even if they give you the card, what is that going to do for you, bro? Like, what is that going to do? Oh, I spoke to officer so and so. You think the cops are going to get in trouble? You think you're going to be? He's going to
have Eduardo call up the cop after the fact. He's going to have Eduardo talk to him. Or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
His lawyer.
It's just him trying to turn it around. The thing is, Nick is trying to like exert authority over the cop and try and like turn it around and be like, "Well, where's your credentials? Where's your card?" But like the cop, he just doesn't give a fuck. Like Nick's lame power play doesn't do shit.
Social media
for 4 days.
Okay, and what is that about?
I posted a joke on the internet. I'm a live streamer.
It's just he posted a joke on the internet. Now, I love how he wasn't going to give any interview. He wasn't going to give any answers. And then he immediately starts giving answers. And just the way he frames it is so dishonest and weaselly. I posted a joke on the internet, and then 30 people go to your fucking house. That's not how it works. Like, be honest, buddy. You're claiming that you are the leader of the dissident right in America, that you're going to stand up against the government, that you're going to infiltrate, subvert, take over the government, repeal the 19th Amendment, put women back in the kitchen, take away their reproductive rights. You're like, be honest about what you stand for and who you are. But he can't do that because he's a coward. He's a sniveling little bitch. It's sad.
I also just want to point out that these glass blocks you see, that is a window into the basement apartment that I lived in, and you can see the lights are on in that apartment right now.
Okay.
Someone's in there. I don't know why the lights would be on in an abandoned apartment, but there may be a snowbag hiding in there.
Tyler Russell's hiding the Canadian down there. But isn't confronting anybody or doing anything because he's afraid of getting deported is why he's not making a stand. So maybe Nick should toss the snowback out in the fucking cold from whence he came and get somebody that'll actually defend him. You know? Like, is there really nobody in the entire movement who's willing to protect the leader?
Beardson would do it, but Nick hates Beardson. That's the problem. Is Nick would have to be around Beardson.
Does he actually hate him, or is he just sick and
violent? On your show, then I'll say it again.
4'11".
The only time Nick and I got along about anything was we would say, "Are you watching this Beardson stream?" Yes. What a fucking sad. Like we would just make fun of Beardson. That's the only time. The only thing we bonded over at all was shitting on Beardson. Unironically, right hand to God. Right hand to God. The only thing was shitting on Beardson.
That's so and then the whole time Beardson's like, "I love Nick. He's the greatest leader of all time."
Which makes me hate Beardson even more because he's that sad.
Well, he's just so sniveling and slimy and pathetic. And because he's like that, he'll never get any respect from anyone.
Ever.
But they all feel like too bad to just finally put him down. It's like fucking like
a blind dog
animal. Like it's like a crippled, blind, old drooling dog.
Like 18. struggling to walk up the stairs.
They need to just take him around back and give him the old yeller, you know? But like nobody can find it in their heart to do it. Maybe it's because they secretly enjoy Beardson suffering. But for any of you guys out there who are young groypers thinking about giving your life over to this, just realize that that's your future. Mm-hmm. If you join up, like, and that's like best case scenario. Like Beardson is the top dog, the bulldog of the movement.
Yeah.
And he made $5 in 2.5 hours of streaming, which again begs the question why anyone wants to go back to Cozy. Why anyone would ever want to go back, I don't know, but
there is no Cozy.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying we've talked about so many people who've been in our sphere, well, your sphere, this sphere of the internet, and then decided to go back. I mean, we could name multiple. CWC was on your show, back. Yeah. Feezer, Ralph has done the back and forth. Like, there's been so many people who have like wanted to go back or did go back or talked about going, and it's just mind-boggling. For what? For what purpose?
No, but the thing is, Nick knows. He keeps score. Like, Nick is not totally stupid. He knows that they're traitors. The only reason he brings them back is to lord his power over them, put them through humiliation rituals, completely discredit them. They get no money. They get no clout, no support. And then he just lets them wither up and die. And then where do they go? Because they're traitors to the A-Log side. They're traitors to Fuentes' side. So they have nothing. They're just f***ed. And that's what he's done to those people. And honestly, good riddance to bad rubbish. They were always cringe. Like, and he'll never support them either. Like, and good on him. F*** them. They're losers. My Feezer will never get a crumb of anything from anyone.
Nah, it's coming. He'll get a channel one of
any day now. The Cozy channel, Feezer 2027 coming to Cozy. No, the Ricada segment's still coming. Don't worry.
Yeah. The long show, folks.
Sorry, I'm drawing it out. That's my fault.
No, it's great.
No,
this is great.
It's good.
Fun. This is awesome.
East something. Yeah.
And everyone.
Also,
10 seconds.
If he says that, he said a joke on the internet and he hasn't been able to sleep for 4 days. It was the joke was your body, my choice. So he's like big tough guy on the internet talking about I'm gonna rape you. I'm the tough guy. Da 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 da. And now he's sitting here crying to the cop about not staying. I get it. Well, you should be able to joke. No one should show up, but like. It was all a joke. I didn't mean it.
It's just a joke. It's not that you say you're a serious political leader or anything like that. It's not like you're a comedian like Sam Hyde or something like that. You're saying that you're a genuine political leader. And you're saying this stuff, and then you're surprised that there's backlash against you. Like,
here's what I'll say. Because Nick. But during that whole George Floyd thing, you probably remember it. I don't know. Maybe some people in chat. When everyone was going after me for the George Floyd joke, I didn't go, guys, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean it. They're coming after me. Like I said, George Floyd, the follow-up tweet was, people are more mad about this tweet than a felon holding a pregnant woman at gunpoint or something like that. Like, and Nick just folds automatically. No, I'm not racist. No, I'm not.
He's really weak. Anytime he's confronted in real life, he doesn't stand by the things that he says online. Like, he just won't do it. He'll even deny. Like, it's similar to Ralph, who denies even who he is. Like, if somebody came up to him and goes, "Are you Nick Fuentes?" he would probably say no.
Well,
right?
yeah.
Like, he'll try and deny who he is.
Because of the bookstore story that remember
Jaden, Nick had a full-on meltdown because some guy asked him what he was reading in the bookstore.
Yes, like totally normal, not an A-log, just a normal conversation.
He ran to the bathroom with tears in his eyes. That's what he actually said. He was flushed red in the face and ran to the bathroom with tears in his eyes. And I just say this to be like, do you really think this guy is able to lead a movement like resisting pressure from the federal government and like the full-on media and all of the establishment? Like, you really think he'll be able to stand when he can't even stand up to like anybody? Any
Hitler
line of
2, 3, and 4. Hitler 2, 3, and 4. is what he called himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're witnessing it here. He says, he did say if he goes to jail, he'll be writing a book. So.
Oh yeah, sure.
No, but this is the thing. It's like, how come he hasn't wrote a book in all of this time? If he's so brilliant and his ideas are so revolutionary and all of this, why doesn't he commit his ideology to paper?
He was talking to Scott Greer and Milo about, well, I don't know if the Milo thing was true or not, but he was talking to Scott Greer about ghostwriting a book for him. So, I mean,
so it needs to be ghostwritten, but I thought this
it's all fake, man. It's all fake.
President of
Spoiler
the
alert,
UN and
spoiler alert.
Boston
This
University.
is how Nick preps. This is how Nick does his show. This is why he preps. He goes on dailystormer.com, looks at the articles, finds an article, puts it on his other monitor, goes, guys, we got a crazy story for you tonight. Scrolls through, read what Anglin says. Well, super chat time. That's it.
4 days.
Okay, and what is that about?
I posted a joke on the internet. I'm a live streamer.
Oh, you're like a YouTube channel?
He's banned from YouTube. Well, I have my own site, I guess. So you're a YouTuber. Let me check it out. Oh no.
Yeah.
You're saying you're a white supremacist?
I'm not a white supremacist. I'm Mexican. I'm not saying
no! Self-fault alert! Self-fault alert! So here was your moment to announce that you're him. To say
Hitler.
that you are Hitler 2, 3, and 4.
Hitler 2,
you're a
3.
bad hombre. You're a fucking badass white fucking nationalist dude. And he denies his race. Well, no, he admits his true race. But he denies being white. When pressed by the authorities, are you white? He denies it.
He says he's full Mexican.
I'm Mexican. He says he's full Mexican.
Like not even mixed, like
his Castizo card has been revoked. He's a full-on Mexican child, buddy. This is the most devastating moment for him, and look at how anguished he is, man. This is brutal, dude. This is like denying Christ. This is like Peter saying, I never knew Jesus. He's saying here he was never white. He never supports white people. He's not anything to do with that. He's Mexican.
He's like Hitler. He's like the Joker. How about another joke?
Yeah.
But who's the real Judas, Jaden? This is full-on Judas behavior, bro.
I'm not going to get political on the show for obvious reasons, but you guys know where I stand. I don't think I've really switched up that much. I mean, I have on, certain.
Well, you've matured on some issues that he's insane on.
White, so on and so forth.
Meanwhile, I got it. We all get it. Yeah.
Meanwhile, you got this guy.
Believe me, I think of saying things that will get us
you're
banned
some
all the
sort
time.
of white supremacist. No, sir. I'm actually Mexican. I'm actually Mexican, sir. Like, you think no one would
just
ever
said a
see
joke.
this?
I'm just a Mexican that said a joke online.
Oh, dude, it's just so pathetic. And the thing is, it's like, okay, if you're gonna be that bad, okay, I maced the grandma and I stood my ground. Then stand your ground when the authorities come. Bro, don't lie about what you are.
He tweeted out already that he some clip of this, and he said, I didn't say anything, the Fifth Amendment, or I plead the Fifth, or something. He tweeted something along those lines.
Yeah.
He said,
but he didn't plead the Fifth. He said,
did you push that woman down the stairs? Fifth Amendment, actually. That was his...
That's how he did it. That's not how it works. The guy's talking the whole time to the cop and pretending like I never said anything. You said some embarrassing shit here. This, I can't even believe he actually said. It's like, what do you think, like, when they get back to the headquarters, they can't Google your name? Like, you don't think that, like, the lawyers and stuff?
I think he still thinks it's an out. Like, on the down low, I really think that he's like, well, I can't be a white supremacist. My last name's Fuentes. Like, he says that so frequently to people. I feel like He might believe it. I don't know.
He
hates white people, so he isn't a white supremacist.
He pled the Cinco. He pled the Cinco.
He pled the
Cinco.
no habla inglés.
He pled the Who said that? Sorry, you went by too fast.
He played the Cinco.
You're like a YouTube channel? Or
it's really funny.
Something? Yeah. You're saying you're a white supremacist?
Hitler, uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Okay.
Yo.
Sorry. Now it's all right.
It's good. It's good.
Mexican.
I saw it.
Again, sorry.
Bring it back 10 seconds.
I got
social
you.
media.
4 days.
Okay, and what is that about?
I posted a joke on the internet. I'm a live streamer.
You're like a YouTube channel? Or something? Yeah. You're saying you're a white supremacist?
I'm not a white supremacist. I'm MEXICIAN. My last name's Fuentes.
I know. I kind of
white supremacist.
I saw that.
He goes, I saw your name.
I saw, brother. We same. Fuentes, same. Like, look at Nick's face. Like, he knows what a cope. This is brutal, bro. Like,
he's like, I do have a white nationalist show.
Mexican.
Look at him here. Wow.
The familia.
Is he looking more Mexican here?
He gets more Mexican by the day. Like, it's like he's really growing into his Mexican identity.
Okay. Really? But, I mean, you know, this 2024, man, you make one bad joke.
Wait, did he go, it's 2024, my name's Pedro?
No, he said it's 2024, man. You make one bad joke.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But it's not like listen, like it starts like, remember the cookie joke? You know, it's like there's a lot of jokes that he's made. Jokes.
Yeah.
Many jokes. Some have called it the
like,
Fuentes cycle. And
like Fuentes is trying to pretend like this is his first rodeo. He's never had any trouble before. He just started posting videos yesterday. Like, why don't you just be honest? Like, honestly, like for real, bro. Like, who does he think he's fooling? Yeah. You just Google his name, you'll learn.
No, dude.
Especially right now.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but
it's a very political thing to say.
We also live in a free country where you can speak without people showing up.
Yeah.
And
Nick,
I'm sorry.
Trying to hurt you. There's no proof of that. We've not seen anybody that showed up that tried to hurt him. Yeah. Nick has presented no evidence of that. We've not seen that in any body cam footage or anything. The woman attempted to ring the doorbell. Didn't even make contact with the doorbell. He opened the door. He maced her. He pushed her down the stairs. He took her phone. Okay, like that's what happened.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what. In one of his shows, he kept talking about an assassination attempt on him. Now I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. If this is exactly what he's talking about, but I don't really see this as an assassination attempt.
It being a free country cuts both ways. It is legal to go to somebody's door and knock on it and talk to them.
Yeah.
Unless you've been trespassed from the property already. Like, it's every American's right to do that.
I mean, she even said that if there was a sticker that said, like, private property, no trespassing or whatever, or do not, like, whatever, knock, like, she would have respected it.
Well, that's like he didn't even do the bare minimum of, like, apparently this has been going on for a long time, but he still hasn't put up a no trespass sign. Now, mind you, that doesn't even mean anything. And like when I was knocking doors, those would be the houses you would target because it meant they had bought something at the door before. So, like, you know, it doesn't really mean or do anything, but he at least could put that up as an attempt.
Yeah.
To be like, don't come on my property. As it stands now, it's like, I don't know, bro. And this thing is, he just didn't have to open the door. If he just didn't open the door, he wouldn't have a problem. He decided to create the confrontation. Simple as.
And he saw the whole thing. Mm-hmm. He watched the whole thing, which you covered, I covered. The way that door swings open immediately before she even gets there, he was sitting there for a minute watching the whole thing.
Also, he does say, you know, I have the free right to say whatever I want without people showing up at my house, which he's right about that. But if you say some fucked up shit and people know where you live and they're at your door, you don't open the door.
Well,
what if they have a gun or something?
When you play stupid fucking games, you win stupid fucking prizes.
Exactly.
Everybody involved in this played really stupid fucking games. This lady shouldn't have fucking come to the door
at all.
She played a stupid fucking game and won the stupid prize of getting maced and pushed down the fucking stairs. But Nick, by doing that, played a stupid fucking game and won the stupid prize of being charged with assault and now potentially facing some really bad consequences. Everybody involved in this is a fucking idiot, and it's just what it really is a consequence of online politics coming to real life. Pretty much everybody involved in this, it's all just like online shit talking until it's fucking not, and then they spiral and lose their fucking mind. And it just goes to show this movement will never translate from a podcast to the real fucking world, because you couldn't even handle this.
Well, every time it's tried, it hasn't really panned out. I mean, this is the least of.
I mean,
this one at
it's
least
already been a million things. If whether it was Sargon getting fish and milkshakes thrown on him, whether it was Spencer getting punched in the fucking face, whether it was Charlottesville and all of the arrests and all of the lawsuits.
I'm just saying, at least in this one, Nick's the one facing the consequences and not a bunch of his young followers getting
Well, exactly. For once, it's actually him facing the fire, which it should always be. The leader is supposed to lead by example. The leader is supposed to face the consequences. The leader is supposed to protect his supporters. But Nick doesn't do that.
True.
Across the street, yeah.
She's the one on her phone?
Yeah, she's the one on her phone.
What's the story?
Apparently, well, what I'm getting is this guy over here is made a bad joke online, and now people are targeting his house. This lady,
like the cop,
you know,
the cop was so fair and so reasonable to him. Basically, what I'm getting is this guy probably made a Facebook post that was insensitive, and now members of the community are upset. Oh, they're harassing him. Like, he's basically taking Fuentes' side, but at every step, Fuentes is just a total fucking asshole to this police officer and a total spurg that just hurts himself.
One bad joke online. Just one.
That's not really how it works.
Over here rang the doorbell. Apparently, he sprayed her with mace in the eyes and pushed her down the stairs. So she just wants to report. So, like, for now, I'm just going to get his side of the story. I guess he fell into the concrete. Make sure she's okay. And then her eyes, apparently, she has pepper spray. Huh? No, that's what she's claiming.
How short is this cop?
You know what I mean? He's actually probably a metric Fuentes height.
They usually have it right here, right on their like chest, but he's like the shortest cop in the world.
So I'm gonna speak to the other party here and see what happened. Yeah.
Nick is mocking the cop.
Spray her with pepper spray?
I'm not doing an interview right now.
Huh?
All I'm going to say is I'm going to take your card, and my defense attorney will get in touch with you. I'm not doing
this is just a report. I'm not going to talk.
When he walked over, did he say Armano, or did I just hear that?
You know, I love this. Like, this is like delicious adventure. I'm high profile. Who though? Like, you know what I mean? You go, I'm high profile. How can it be true that it's just like an isolated joke? And at the same time, you're this high profile, really important person. Like, that doesn't really add up, you know? It doesn't add up.
It's also great because I don't know if you remember when I first went on your show, but we were all worried because he's like, I got 5 lawyers on retainer, the best of the best. We're going to destroy all of you. And now it's Eduardo from Berwyn.
Eduardo.
File person. I want someone stationed here. 20
Listen
people
to
came
this.
by
Bring it
last
back.
night.
He wants a cop car stationed in front of his house night and day. Now, it's just total delusion. He's just completely detached from reality. Like, I don't know if he realizes he lives in Chirac. The police have a lot of shit to deal with, like actual like murders, drug dealing, gang violence.
They don't even
robberies.
go after carjackers in Chicago. Unironically, like Nick would.
Bro, we'll get right on that. We'll station an officer here night and day because old grandma here rang your doorbell.
Yeah.
They let blacks run into Louis Vuitton and grab everything and just exit the store and do nothing. They don't care.
But somebody in chat, Silver Shadow goes, it's funny how anti-government people always run to the government for help. Nick has always said the police are not your friends. The police are the enemy of the people. Don't talk to cops. Don't rely on them for your protection. All this stuff. But the moment it comes to his doorstep and people are fucking with him, he pleads for the state's protection and assistance that he advocates on his show will never come. Kind of weird how that works.
It is, and same thing with the Second Amendment. All the groypers are in my mentions saying she could have had a gun. She could have had a gun. She could have had a gun. I mean, why doesn't Nick have something to defend himself other than like sorority girl keychain pepper spray? Because when I was, pro 2A in Chicago, he always said it was like for hillbillies or those were the people that had guns. Meanwhile, what did Nick have? He said all he needed was his grandma's brass knuckles. I'm not even joking. He had his grandma's brass knuckles. And he's like, you think anyone's going to come in here with these? I'm like, well, yes. I don't know. Yes. I'm gonna not risk it, and I will be practicing in the Second Amendment.
No, but he hates the Second Amendment. He always said that it's cringe and it won't help you. And well, when people show up to your fucking house, maybe it would help your fucking situation if you're worried they're gonna break down the door or whatever. But nobody broke down his door. Nobody set his house on fire. Nobody fired shots at his house. Nobody, so far as we even know, has even come there and threatened him in any real way that we've seen. So it's all kind of fucking ridiculous.
This is his exact words. He says, when I think of places that I'd flee in America, if I had to leave America, my ability to own a gun is not in the top 100 considerations. He goes on, the yippee-ki-yay gun shit is as cringe to me as the marijuana, gay marriage, everything else about libertarians. This is like backwards hat, beard having, beer drinking frat shit. It's such a repulsive caricature of masculinity. We need a real male revival that isn't a fucking LARP. What? I refuse to be a That's his exact words.
Yeah, so he's not for freedom, he's not for liberty at all, but he falls back on his First Amendment rights to say this, says he lives in a free country, doesn't have to answer to the cops, And at the end of the day, he's for an authoritarian police state, just one that he runs conveniently.
Correct.
And then he cries the moment anything bad happens to him. I mean, this is a person who says that he wants to put on the authority and armor of the state to persecute other people and take away their freedoms.
Yep.
And then he's upset when people come to his house and disrupt his life. Well, you're talking about if you get your way, you're going to disrupt every single person's life in America. I'm sorry, when you take that upon yourself, you have to be prepared from a security standpoint. And the fact that nobody in the movement will volunteer to be in his security detail shows you everything you need to know about how serious this movement is. And that's not at all.
Henrio doesn't have a job. Why doesn't he just station him outside?
Yeah, he
should. He's big enough to be some sort of a deterrent. At least he would absorb the first few gunshots.
Liberal women aren't going to be like, wait, is this a white supremacist house? No, it's the black guy outside.
But how can we trust Fuentes to secure the border when he can't even secure his own home?
Well, the whole neighborhood there.
Can we build a moat? Can we build a fence at least, or some
to
sort
be fair,
of security
he chooses
system?
to live in the most Hispanic area in Chicago too. So
can he get a pit bull?
What are
I
we
don't
doing?
think
So. It would maul him.
This is a report.
I'm not going to talk. All I'm going to say is I'm a high-profile person. I want someone stationed here. 20 people came by last night. I had paid security.
20 people came.
I love how he thinks he can call the shots here. He's in any position to tell the police or to tell anybody what's going to happen.
Here's what's going to happen,
bro.
Buddy.
Yeah.
I need someone stationed here.
He goes, I have a security detail, but...
So you do a YouTube show, but you need someone stationed here. What? It was a joke, but you need someone. Okay.
And all of it. I called. They're coming tonight at 7 o'clock. I can't afford to have it 24 hours.
Oh,
Why?
Over.
Why?
I'm sorry. I thought he was a millionaire. I thought he was like the richest guy in the world. He broke it.
Helicopter money gave him at least almost $2 million in crypto.
Oh, he makes millions a year still, right? He makes those bills. Yeah.
No, but
Apparently, what's going on?
it's smelling broke to me, lads.
Broke.
It's brokey tears. But like, what good are paid mercenaries really gonna be when like the real Antifa super soldiers show up or whatever? Like, does he really think his paid security will die for him? They'll take a bullet for him.
Well,
Like, if shit hits the fan, like they're gonna actually fight to the death. Like, he needs to have his loyal cultists ready to take a bullet for him. And if at this point, like 7 years into his like cult leader status, he still doesn't even have 5 people willing to live with him and die for him, then he's a failure.
why doesn't he just have the Sussy Squad like camp on his front lawn?
Sussy Squad.
Like you
Seriously.
just said. Like, why don't they all go out there and say, we will protect Nick? And the second point was this is the first time that he's feeling the heat. Antifa's known that dox has been out there since I fucking lived at that building, which was over 3 years ago. Like, it's been out for like 4 years.
And the
So
thing is,
no
it's
one
funny,
showed
like,
up
yes.
until this Jewish woman. So Nick's in fear for his life. It's been out there for 4 years. Somehow no one's done anything except one Jewish woman.
I didn't know
and that's
that,
all
by
it
the way.
took.
I didn't
That's
know
all
that.
it took for him to get fired up. Meanwhile, he doxes and harasses everybody.
I thought it was a fresh docs, to be honest.
No.
Okay, then never mind.
It's been out there
the same
forever.
one. And I always wondered, why does nobody come to his house? Like, what's going on? And maybe, if we put our tinfoil hats on and refuse to take our pills, maybe this is all a scheme by the feds to make it look like he's not Fed run. They orchestrated
he has
this
been
woman
going
to
back
come
to that.
by.
I'm
That's
glad
what
you brought that up, because
he
that's my
keeps
tinfoil
using
hat
that.
conspiracy too. He keeps
using
saying that
to be
Yes,
like,
he
this
does.
proves I'm not a Fed.
Or,
You're right.
or
I'm glad
we've been
you
talking about how lately it seems like they don't need him anymore, right? His usefulness has run out. Is this now because they're like, we're not going to bail you out of this one, Nick? Sorry, bud. Right?
It's also interesting because today's the day that he posted, right, the day before the trial, he posted that video of Patrick Casey, who he's been using that video to blackmail Patrick forever. Patrick won't talk about me because I have damning footage of him at the 6. He posts the footage of Patrick standing at the 6, not yelling for anyone to go in, and just randomly posted that. That was his Trump card, and
then it's like everyone responds with the video of him calling everyone in. It's like, hey, pot, here's kettle, worse than the, you know what I mean? Like shut the fuck up.
No, but like, we have a guy in chat. He goes, Nick goes too far sometimes, but he's no Fed. He exposes the establishment. Have you never heard of something called controlled opposition, bud? Where, you have somebody who appears to be the leader of the movement, who appears to be exposing lies and contradictions within the system, but really what they're meant to do is make everybody with those views look insane. Mm-hmm. And that's what he does when he's does his insane rhetoric about how women are gay. Just yesterday on his show, he was praising Elliot Rodger, talking about how Elliot Rodger's manifesto, he grades it a B and stuff like this. Like, this is like radioactive shit that
he used to call him a saint.
His critiques of Zionism.
It was a B. I'm surprised it was a B because he used to call him a saint. But
like, Nick is not that stupid that he knows praising Elliot Rodger is bad optics. But he does that because that's what his job is. His job is to honeypot young people, lead them down a primrose path to get incarcerated at rallies, as him and Beardson used to call them. Back after Charlottesville, they turned their back on everything they used to say. They used to say, don't do these rallies in real life. Don't give people your ID. Don't join organizations. And then they went and did the biggest rally of all time, where coincidentally Nick wasn't arrested, when he said tear down the barriers and disregard the police, but other people who weren't even at the Capitol got the fucking book thrown at them. I'm sorry. To me, it glows. And even if he isn't a Fed, he's clearly incompetent as fuck and shouldn't be followed anyway.
Well, everyone he's a... People on the up and up on in the conservative movement think he's a Fed. I don't know if you, not to get into all of that, but everyone basically agrees with that take, PPP, I think. I don't know how anyone covers for him at this point, especially when you, I'm just going to reiterate what you said. You made a good point. Never mind.
Thank you.
By the way, everyone who's ever defended him, by the way, like a lot of people who attack me on Twitter have like one follower. Like the amount of like AstroTurf hate, I'm like, wow, like 10 one follower accounts came out with no display pictures. Yeah, I'm sure he's got a big backing.
Because somebody else was in front taking pictures of my house. Cops drove by, saw the car that I reported with the license plate, make and model, and they didn't even stop. Okay. And the lady stood there filming my house, pointing at my house, gesturing to it.
Let's live in the real world, Nick. Like, I get packages stolen from my house, like, on a semi-regular basis. You call the cops, they tell you there's nothing they can do.
At all.
Even if you capture them on Ring Doorbell, which I have Buddy's face on fucking Ring Doorbell fleeing with my shit, they're not going to do anything. They don't have the time or resources to assist you in this endeavor. You are on your own. And the fact that he's asking the state for assistance like this undermines everything that he says on his show. Like, you're supposed to be the self-sufficient, building this parallel society to challenge the system, and yet here you are begging the police for assistance.
Mm.
Why does he still live here again? Like, why do you live in this hell?
Why doesn't he move?
Well, I know the real reason, and it's because he's a bitch and he doesn't want to move far away from mommy. But like, if you're living in Chicago as a dissident right winger, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. That's not a take. That's just me talking in general.
No,
like,
I mean, it's
literally the guy. I'll just say what I said on my stream. The guy that lawn in the back doesn't get mowed almost ever. He has to have his dad do it for him. The sidewalk, when it snows, doesn't get shoveled, and he has to have his dad do it for him.
No!
He lives 10 minutes from his house, so if he doesn't DoorDash or he doesn't Uber Eats, the only food that he's eating, because he doesn't know how to cook, is he goes home for a home-cooked meal, and it's like, where are you gonna go? His quote-unquote friends, they live there, I guess now. That they live with them. So, like, what? I don't know. Move to Florida? That clearly isn't in the cards.
Well, remember he promised that he was moving to Florida. He was building his headquarters.
Yes, but he said that before I even moved to Chicago that that they were going to Florida. That was the plan all the way back in 2018 or 2019. Florida, we're going to Florida. We're still in Berwyn. The thing is,
if
Illinois.
this guy lived in the fucking middle of the woods somewhere, nobody would be coming around and bothering him.
That's what I was gonna say when you talked about the porch pirates. It's like, I don't have that problem.
Yeah,
with the Ring doorbell, but because I live in the middle of
I know, right?
It has its benefits, but yeah, no, I get it. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you stay there if this is such a common theme? And now
keep asking. Yes, the guy was Indian. Okay, he was, but like, that's besides the point.
Uber
besides
Jeets.
the point.
He was
Uber Jeets.
Well, typical Toronto, eh?
Well, it's the way it is.
It is,
yeah,
buddy. It's literally crazy, dude.
Clearly, no one's taking it seriously.
Yeah.
You're not hurt or anything, are you?
No, I'm
okay. All right. I'll go check. Yeah, thank you. Look, man, like, to be honest, I'm trying to talk to you, get your side of the story for the whole
thing.
thing.
One last thing. I'm sorry I keep piping in, but PPP, on your point of him doing the rally, people getting thrown under the bus. When that happens, like this whole thing right now, when this happens to anyone that isn't Nick, when they're talking to the cops, they're going to jail for actual serious shit. What is Nick doing? He's sitting there. He disavows them. He calls them losers, and then he laughs at them. And he uses all the shit from AF, anything they had on you. For example, there's multiple hate articles. If you Google me, there's multiple hate articles. Jaden, racist. When I left AF, he was laughing, saying, he's never gonna get a job, and we have all these hate articles, and we're gonna send them to anybody, any school we find out Jaden's at. So all that stuff he then uses against them. So again, just to reiterate your point, which is all I'm doing, but yeah, he finds it funny. I know. I'm sorry. I keep rambling.
No,
I need to stop.
No, it's good. That's why we brought you in to offer your insight.
Over 3,000
watching
firsthand.
You know it.
Man. Yeah, man. And and we'll do post show tonight too.
You're not here to help me. I know.
It's awesome, Jaden. Don't feel bad. Like the longer the better. Right? Let's have fun.
I just got here. How do you know I'm here to help?
I know my rights. I'm not trying to fight with you, but I'm also not going to be telling you.
Look at this guy. This cop is laughing. No, look at him. He's like, what the is going on? The cop is laughing.
I want your card. My defense attorney will call you.
You mind if I just say something right quick?
Go ahead, sure.
First of all, I might have to get your information.
Sure.
You have to provide that because there was a crime committed.
Yes.
All right. So second of all,
there was a crime.
There was a crime committed. So it's not good. Look at Nick cock his head at that revelation. He's like, oh no.
He said correct though. He said correct, and then he was like, wait, what? Did I hear that right?
Look at his face, how big it is.
Can you just go on a quick tangent here, guys? I'm just gonna piss really quick.
No worries, dude. Yo, look at his face here. How fat his face is.
Here, I'm just gonna spoil it. I'm sending this to you. Because I don't know what time the frame is. I'm sending this. Check. Should I send it to you on Twitter or Discord?
I'll put it in our group chat there. Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. All right. We're gonna do a little preview before Ash. No, I have to piss too, but I'll wait.
All right, go. Everyone, go piss. We'll just leave the chat.
Everyone just. I'll wait till Ashton comes back. So, did you send it on? There it is.
I just did.
Oh no,
that's real. That's not Photoshop. That's a real photo at some point throughout this footage.
Ash, what the?
No, it's not real.
Dude, I gotta piss too.
I swear to God, that's a screenshot,
real, bro.
Do it. I can't because of my. He's fat. I can't because I'm sick.
He's fat as Mexican. That's gotta be Photoshop, buddy.
Right hand to God, that is a real photo. That I swear to God, at some point in this footage, we'll get that frame. That's real.
Guys, he looks so fat and so Mexican. Like, it's just pouring off of him now.
Dude, it's real.
Bro, he's on the Taco Bell hard, huh, Holmes? I say,
it's the Big Macs, man.
Gordita crunch and the Big Macs, huh? I get me some Mexican McDonald's. Oh my God. All right, we got some donos came in here. We got Chicago girl, Kino fan, from Shy, big Irish family, cousin is second cop on. Well, like, I don't know if you should be telling me all this. Said Nick Fuentes was a bitch acting like he's got connections. Uncle is the prosecutor on his case. Nick Fuentes was in my bro's high school class. Bro is a JD now, informed my uncle he's a D-bag. Welcome to Chicago.
All right, sorry about that.
Everybody in that town hates him by the sounds of it.
Dude,
everybody hates this motherfucker. Like, what?
The few times I told you on the last show, it was like, I'm going to go get food to felt gay stoner when he drove into town. He like would download the Neighborhood Watch app and like look to see if people like soccer moms were shit talking him so he could find out what house to go like blow his horn outside of at like 2 a.m. I'm not even making that up.
Whoa. All right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Looking at him there, he really is that fat.
Well, look at his face over here.
What happened, man?
He looks like a fat Cillian Murphy. Doesn't he?
We all know what happened.
You enjoy that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care, really. I don't care what you said online. I really don't care. Whether it was left-leaning, right-leaning, in the middle, I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay? And to me, no. Now, I would hate if I was living here, whether I made a bad joke intentionally, whether I meant it or not, and somebody was showing up to my house. That's kind of like wrong, right? Can we agree on that? I'm actually agreeing with you that people shouldn't show up to your house.
Sure.
But now you don't want to cooperate with me.
So reasonable,
Very reasonable,
and nice.
yes.
And Nick's just trying to be this like tough guy, like trying to take control. Like he's agreeing. The cop, honestly, in the end, gives him really good advice here that he should have listened to, but he didn't.
Yeah.
When I asked him,
the tough guy, like, I didn't do nothing. Fuck you. It's just like a bitch. It's just like a woman, like being all snotty, like, you know, like I'm not gonna talk to you, officer. It's not even like the police.
No.
She actually did anything to prevent to provoke you to pepper spray her and push her down the stairs. Those are bad allegations. So I'm trying to get you side of the story.
I will give him one piece of credit. It's smart, like saying, talk to my lawyer. It is smart because this cop's trying to like get him to admit to things and say things that will be used for him.
The way the cop asked that question was really smart, right? Because he's like, okay, so look, you did do this, right? You pushed her down the stairs, you pepper sprayed her, right?
Yeah.
So he's basically trying to get him to admit it, but he's doing that classic police tactic where he's like, well, but there must be some reason for it. You seem like a reasonable guy.
Lesser
Why
crime?
would you do this?
Like,
I'm just trying to get your side of the story.
Right.
I mean, can you tell me why you did this heinous crime is kind of what he's trying to do here.
Yeah.
Nick doesn't look impressed at this.
He's doing the Chris Hansen.
Human,
He's doing the Chris Hansen.
He's like, we're all human. You know, we all get pushed to our limits.
If you don't tell me anything, I'm going to say you weren't cooperative and they don't want to answer the question.
Here's my side.
See, you shouldn't even say that.
So,
here's my side of the
my side of the story.
I love how he goes, I'm not talking, talk to my lawyer. And then he immediately gets manipulated and opened up by the cop. Here's my side of the story now. Oh, buddy.
Like, don't say anything.
I think Nick thinks he's smarter than he really is, you know? And it's sad because the only thing he has to do is just shut his blowhole.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm here for my life. People been posting my address online for the past 3 days, telling me they're coming to kill me, they're coming to rape me.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, look at him. He's the rape now. He used to be the raper, and now he's raped.
So they're fans of his show.
Yeah, exactly.
They're fans of his show. They were there to take the pledge. They were taking the rape, kill, or die pledge.
But the irony of it all is so fucking beautifully delicious. That's the motto of NJF. It's RKD. So it's okay when his guys say that online to other people, but once it's people threatening him, I'm in fear of being raped and killed. I'm scared for my life. Pussy.
Do you think anyone said that, though?
Buddy? You can't handle the banter, buddy? These are just online jokes, buddy.
I find it hard to believe Marla said she was going to rape him.
Yeah, no one said.
Like, how's Marla gonna rape you, buddy?
Right.
Marla doesn't even have a penis. Marla is 57 years old. Listen, maybe Marla could have overpowered him, but the problem is, how's he gonna get it up? Because he doesn't like women. So, now if it was like a burly pack of homosexuals, maybe.
Well, he wouldn't have
She straps it on. She came with the purpley sparkle strap on and came for his anal virginity, buddy.
I have all screenshots, posting pictures showing how long it's going to take to get to my house. And I have people showing.
I have all the screenshots of the bullies online, officer. I have all the screenshots of the Twitter accounts and Facebooks that were making fun of me, sir. You have to look at it. It's serious, sir.
Oh, man.
What even is it? It's like the witch on TikTok casting spells on him. Look at this one, officer. This woman cast a hex on me.
And he's snitching on everybody, too.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, he's used to that.
So
with her, you're not
my
gonna-
life,
you're not
I
gonna-
haven't.
Look how this cop is standing on the right.
He's not impressed.
He's not even leaning. Is he leaning? I don't think he's even leaning on the wall.
I haven't slept for a few days. I've got nowhere to go.
Maybe. It's a bit weird. It's a strange angle.
Okay, those are the two craziest lines to me. And the second line is the craziest. First, he hasn't slept in days. So he's just if he's to be believed, just a total paranoid, schizophrenic mess, spiraling at every little noise, knock at the door, anybody in the neighborhood. Like, he's just terrified. That's what we're meant to be. And then he goes, he has nowhere else to go? You're telling me this guy can't rent a hotel room for a couple days?
Literally.
His parents'
How
house?
much was the security?
You
Because
know?
I'm sure that's more than
There's no
hotel
security.
for a
There's
week.
no security.
Nowhere else to go. There's nobody else in the movement who will harbor the leader from the persecution of the liberals in the state? Really?
I was told that Tyler isn't there illegally and he has his own place. Why didn't he go over to Tyler's?
Wait, the lights turned off.
They
no,
all
you're
The
right.
lights turned off.
Tyler shut off the lights to hide in the darkness.
Hang on. We're at 1437.
Well, that's
Let me-
the shower. I'm pretty sure that's the shower. There's
Let me
two
Wait.
different.
No.
Okay, no, is that a different
Wait, that
window?
that has the white thing.
We're
Remember the white
further
thing?
down. We're further down. I think that might be the kitchen. This is the other one. I think.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe.
But is this really true? So Nick is totally broke, can't afford a hotel room, nobody will take him in. He has nowhere to go. He's just a miserable wretch, can't even sleep. This is how he's portraying himself, which is kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even buy it. I mean, all of the people that hate us were like rubbing it in our face. Like, Nick's doing better than ever. He's on Twitter. So his numbers are up on Rumble, so on and so forth. So I don't really know why he would be down so bad.
He's totally miserable. You know, he has no real friends. He has no real support system. You know, his mother is terminally ill. Everybody hates him. He's afraid to leave his house. He's afraid that people are coming to his house. He's eating a fucking shitty diet of McDonald's, eating his fucking feelings every fucking day. He's miserable as fuck. And apparently now he's broke. He has nowhere to go. He's awake for days at a time. But yeah, he's totally winning and everybody's envious of his amazing lifestyle, I'm sure.
Something like that. Because you took the pledge. You took the loyalty pledge. I will kill, rape, and die for Nick Fuentes. Raise your right hand. All right, everybody raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I will kill, rape, and die for Nicholas J. Fuentes.
So, you know, the rape threats are all well and good. Rape jokes all well and good until it's him. And then it's, oh, I'm in fear for my life, sir.
You took the pledge.
House,
oh, man.
And I have people showing up all day, and that's my side of the story. So
fun fact, the pledge was after I left. The pledge was implemented after I left.
Man.
I just want to make it clear that was after I left. I was the reason that he implemented said pledge. That was because I left. And then Beardson and Dalton took it first night.
If you were still part of the movement and he had said that, what would you have done or said? Would you probably like text him and go, yo, dude, I don't know if I could.
Well, it probably would have been a conversation like everything that he said. Like when he said he wanted to do AF Burning Man and burn the American flag in the desert, or when he wanted to wear the Kanye Gint mask to his Stop the Steal speech.
Burning Man, none of the Groypers would have left the desert alive, bro. Can you imagine if it
They
had
all
been like
would've
the Burning Man a few years ago where it rained and they couldn't escape and there was no food and shit and they all turned on each other?
Yeah.
Buddy, the Groypers would have died out there, man.
They have their own fire. Remember fire.
Ali would have crawled in everyone's tent. It would have been over.
Oh, no.
No one was leaving.
I haven't slept for a few days. I've got nowhere to go. That's my side.
10-340-10-340 at 1446.
No comment on that.
No comment.
Is pepper spray here or anything?
No comment.
10-4.
Could you give me your card?
I don't have a card, but let me get your ID.
Okay.
thing is, he's on videotape. And he knows that he's on videotape. I don't know. Maybe. I guess it's the right thing to say no comment.
Yeah,
but
it's smart to say. It's smart to say.
I mean, I don't know. I just, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because he's on video.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, true. Yeah. Oh, you mean on the video that she filmed? Yes.
Yeah.
But he's an idiot. He had access to the phone for like a good 10 minutes. Didn't fucking delete the video.
It wouldn't have even mattered because it would still be backed up on the phone, and they would have been able to get it. Plus, I think there's the video from his doorbell, which hasn't come out yet. Look at Fuentes' face in that frame, though, dude. He's in like anguish there.
Oh, jeez.
Credit cards?
Nope. Credit card.
Interesting.
What's your phone number, man?
All right, so we got a little writing here.
It's no beef.
No, I don't.
All right, here.
Hey, look, it's a picture.
There it is.
I think that was the frame.
It is actually real.
It's real. I know it was real because
I
paused. I paused it on stream and I was like, wait a second.
Titties and a giant gut. Whoa, this is like Ralph status, dude. It's gunted, bro.
Look at his face here.
Oh no! Look how fat he is.
Oh my god!
This is total twink death. Total twink death. We have a twink death alert. Twink death alert. Twink death alert.
Jesus.
Fat cholo alert. Fat cholo alert. Chungus. Oh no! It's husky. Face. That's a sticker. Let's get 10 subs for the Nick Fuentes' guts. I don't know. It might just be his gut.
But the face looks brutal here. Look at this.
Buddy, it all looks bad. How do we make this to as many embarrassing stickers as possible? He's got his white pants on with it, too. It looks terrible. He really thinks that jacket or that hoodie is a good look.
That jacket, I think he wore to like,
what's up, Smeg?
He wore that green jacket. I don't know. Is that what he was wearing during Stop the Steal? Because if I don't know if that's the same
he's
green, but
it out
it's
now.
Yeah, dude, it went from like an oversized bomber jacket to a fat suit.
He looks like he's wearing a trash bag on him.
No, unironically, he does.
Widening. The widening. No. Oh, no.
It looked literally like that.
And Jared of the Dead for 5 subs.
Is it face or it's full body? But the face looks so... It's just the stickers are small, right?
Can we get 10 more to do both?
You know what? I'll get both. It's just I think the whole body might be way too small of a sticker, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Look how small the stickers are. It's gonna be like the face is brutal, though.
All right, do the face. Is mucho gunto, bro.
Look at this guy.
That face. He looks kind of like when Kyle Rittenhouse cried on the stand. He kind of looks like.
All right, let me get this sticker out of here. I'll hit play while I'm doing this.
We gotta do the gunt as well. Holy shit.
Both?
We gotta get. Look at that.
I'll do both, but I mean.
Well, okay. Do the gut from the higher res screenshot that Jaden sent.
Okay.
And then do the face
what I used
from the
for
low
my
res.
Sticker was was the fat one that I sent you. But
the face looks fucking twisted. Oh my lord. Oh man. He looks like From the Hills Have Eyes. Here, I'll hit play. I'll do that.
Yeah, it's no beef.
No, I don't.
No beef.
What all I'm trying to say is, I wasn't taking sides. I don't take her side. I don't take your side.
I know.
I'm putting you right down the middle. Okay. So, right for now, with you not making any comments, I would have to take your side. Well, at least for now. I'm gonna go speak to her. So you don't want to talk to me about anything that happened here today. No. All right, just stay right here, police with him. I'm gonna give me like 5 minutes and we'll be done. I'm just gonna talk to the room.
It's not somebody you know, just a random person?
Random person. People come in here all weekend.
So what did she say?
Buddy, look at how gay he looks. Like he just, I don't know why he does that shit. He just looks so sussy, dude. Like the zest is strong with him.
Oh shit! They added They added 60 fucking emote slots.
Let's go!
Let's go! They added 60 emote slots. Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go, Kick!
Kick.com
Let's go, Kick! Holy shit! I'm like, wait, how do I have more room there? Let's fucking go! And then let me just grab this. This. Oh my god! Let me grab this high res gut picture too. All right.
Sorry, I'm
I was saying
hacking up
this is
along.
neo-Nazi
Oh, you're
Nick
good, man.
Fuentes,
No worries.
My address, my phone number. Some other lady pulls up, also to harass me. I says, "Oh, someone's already here." They're both here to harass me.
Well, here's what I'll recommend. I don't
This
know
is
who's
such
right
good
around here.
advice.
I don't know what your post was. I heard about it. I don't know what it is. I don't follow that. I'm old. I'm not really on social media. But what I would do, unless there's literally
Why has Nick's got his
imminent
hand in
danger,
his pocket? Like
where you're-
he's so awkward. Like,
back. All
all
right.
right,
Dun, dun, dun,
Cat
dun.
was back. All right, like he looked.
That is a
terrible,
very weird,
dude.
like, I don't know what causes someone to stand like that. I don't know.
I don't. He's nervous. That's why he's got his
Yeah.
hand in his
Well,
pocket.
the hand
but
in the pocket shows the nerves, but what is he holding something with his other hand? I can't tell.
Here we go. The officer
Wow.
gives him what the correct, decision making would have been, which it's, like Nick is not that young anymore. He should know better than what he did. But let's hear the officer explain.
And by the way, everyone, thank you for the big support. Really appreciate it. Both stickers are in there. Under Nick Hills and Nick Gut.
struggling to save your life type of thing, call us.
All right. Well, I did.
I'm just saying, just don't know. Because now, we don't have a corroboration on your side. We seem to have a corroboration on that side, and that puts us in a dilemma. So I'm not saying you're wrong.
I just
Them
want to talk to an attorney before
Them being
I...
at your house
Yeah.
makes them look bad. However, there's two versions.
Here
that
it is.
Side, one version that side. So what I'm saying is, instead of the interaction, just call, find out why they're here, so forth.
I'm just saying, I did call.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm not trying to argue, but maybe you don't know. But I called an hour ago.
Well, I wasn't here. I just literally just started.
It's fine.
So
But you're telling me to call.
this is the thing is, it's like, okay, Nick, wait until the police get there to resolve the issue. Until then, don't open the fucking door. If they break down your door, then you have to defend yourself.
Bro,
because
nobody's
it's an assailant
breaking
in
down
your
that
home.
door. That door
No.
is like a fucking drawbridge, and he has like 18 locks on it. No one's breaking into that door.
But if she did,
No,
and then he
I know,
sprayed her,
I
and then
know,
he
100%.
sprayed- Yeah, and then sprayed.
I was
her
just
and
trying
kicked
to
her.
be.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has like 18 fucking
Yeah,
locks,
dude,
right?
like on the video on the after one. Yeah, it's like
Now that's the
15
thing,
locks.
though. He calls the cops. I think honestly, like it's like a non-issue compared to the other crimes in the area. So of course the response time is going to be low. But with this story he's telling of like 30 people showing up all the time, like the cops have probably received 50, 60 calls from this guy. And it's got to the point where it's the boy who cried wolf. Well, nothing's really happened, sir. Every time we come around, these people are long gone. Let's just answer, the 15 robberies in the area first, and the 3 gangland shooting, and the actual crazy crimes that are going on. But I mean, this is the situation. Like, you're in a major city with lots of crime. If he was living out in Idaho, where like local law enforcement, they would know him. Maybe they would be more willing to take his side because people out there are pretty conservative, right? They're pretty like pro-castle doctrine, pretty pro-stand your ground. Like, he would have a better case and he would get a better response time probably because there's no crime going on out there. But when you live in fucking Berwyn, Chicago, and it's like a shitty fucking area, the police don't have time for this bullshit.
Dude, Cicero's the next neighborhood over. It's like where fucking MS-13 operates. Like, give me, like, unironically, like, you can't even go to half the neighboring neighborhoods. So, like, yeah, what you said, I agree. I just want to know how long he was sitting there by the door waiting. That's really what I want to know with the pepper spray. Like, thinking to himself, I'm going to get this bitch if she comes up here. Like, how long he was premeditating the pepper spray.
Well, that's the thing
with the sorority girl.
It's clearly premeditated. It was not, you know, she did something to cause that. She just tried to ring a doorbell, didn't even get there. He opened the door and maced her. Like, you can't do that.
Right.
That's what I did.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't know that. Our shift started like 25 minutes ago.
Thanks for telling me. I called. They came.
Yeah.
They drove right by the car that I described.
Okay.
I said it's a Volkswagen white
And
crossover.
what was that call? I don't know what that was. What happened on
They
that
were
call?
doing the same shit.
A different person, a third person?
A third person.
Just whatever.
A third
case in your place, whatever.
Filming me, pointing at my house, yelling.
Okay.
And look, I'm not trying to be argumentative, but I called.
Well, you are,
and
though.
They drove right by the car that I described.
You know, I think he just keeps talking when he should just shut the up.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, just shut up. Oh man.
Lawyer.
For that,
And I'm not asking you,
but what I would
give me this
say,
advice. That's what I did.
But what I would say is continue to call. Hopefully, a better interaction will happen.
Okay, well, I've been calling for months now.
Okay.
We're going out for
The
months.
cops aren't good in Berwyn. The cops suck in Chicago. What's going on with the cops in this city? You guys aren't doing your job.
They'll do the same because at some point, we'll get my eyes watering because of this way. We'll get to the identities of these folks, and generally speaking, when people know they're known, they will more likely than not cut it out.
Well, now we know.
So, okay.
Now she knows. Now
I'm saying I don't know what created your situation, but I don't like people showing up at other people's houses causing problems. That's just not how you do it. You know, you could argue, you could have arguments with you, you could disagree with you, showing up at your house with potentially very negative intentions. I don't agree with that.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So, like I said, try to keep us, on your side, so to speak, because you're the resident.
He's playing good cop so hard right now.
And he's getting him to open up and to talk. Like, Nick's so stupid.
Yeah. He's playing good cop so hard.
And he says she knows now. Did you catch that? When he goes, she knows now. Well, that's not a good thing to say. Because basically what you're saying here is you made an example of this old woman to deter other people from coming to your house. And you said 30 other people came to your house. You didn't do it to any of those other people, but you did happen to do it to the elderly woman who happens to be Jewish. And on your show, every single night, what do you talk about? The Jews and how much you don't like them. So it seems like you selected a victim based on their ethnicity, based on their gender, them being a woman, because you talk about women all the time on your show and how you don't like them and how you hate them. But you picked an old Jewish woman and assaulted her to send a message is what it looks like. And you basically confirmed it by saying that right there.
And theoretically, we should be on your side. I don't know what the devil's in the details, so I don't know exactly what happened. But definitely, try to have us be your go-between. Don't open the door. Don't interact.
And you have to ask: does she have like an Israeli flag pin on her jacket, or like a Star of David pin on her jacket? Because I think she might have. And if she did have something identifying herself as Jewish on her person when he assaulted her, it's going to make Nick's case a lot tougher too.
Oh, I
don't know. Is she even pro-Zionist, or is she one of the Jews that's
Well, see, because she's very left-wing, right? So she may not be pro-Zionist.
Right.
No, we don't know if you created the act of furtherance might have been on you.
Right.
And we don't know that. So that's what I'm saying.
All right, well, look, man, I'm just going to be a report. That's all she wanted.
Okay.
She didn't want to pursue criminal charges. I couldn't get your side of the story, so I had to go with hers. But for now, just a report.
Okay.
That's what we're going with.
Can I have any contact info? Can I get a number or something?
Here's a report.
We'll give you the
And
report number.
my last name.
Okay.
And our names will be on the report. Like I said, we don't have cards. We don't. Some people in the
That's fine.
upper echelon do. We're
Get a
just-
badge number or something.
like,
Jeez, this guy's never seen
No.
cops
Give a
or
number?
anything.
No,
Like,
have a case number.
What's your-
number?
yeah, what's your
nothing.
badge number? Like, can I get a card? What's your card?
Come on, you know,
Like-
it's like he's just trying to have some level of control, but he has none. You
Yeah.
know, he's trying to feel like he has power. He's like a Karen in this moment.
Hyrule
Someone
fan,
in
that's
your
really
chat-
funny, but I'm not going to read that.
Someone in your chat said it's 911 when he asked for the number. That would have been so Kino if the cop told him that. Like, yeah, you can call us at 911.
No.
Your next Jewish emergency.
Now, someone's asking Andy, are those coke sniffs he's doing? Nah, I don't think so. I'm not going to listen. Because you sniff doesn't mean you're on coke.
Who, Nick?
Right? Yeah, Nick.
No,
I don't
you
think
can't
he-
unhear it. I don't know. It's
Well,
like,
he's like-
it's like the fucking chirp at this point. I don't even hear the sniffs.
Yeah, because he does that normally, but
does
like
it
it's
so
not
much.
like it's not coke-ish, you know. He's on coke.
But like I said,
By the way,
just
just got to call it. We got Beer Soy's Abused Dog for 5
Let's
subs.
go.
And Stubby Wubby 3 for 3 subs.
Let's hit
Let's
it.
get some
90 away.
subs.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
I have a really funny short clip after this.
all
by the way.
possible.
Real,
If it's
really
imminent
short.
danger, you do what you got to do. I mean, you got to take care of yourself. However, if
However,
someone's on the porch knocking, I would just straight call. I don't know who this person is.
Nick, don't
I'm
nod.
worried for my safety. Fine,
Don't
I'll
nod.
check it out.
He's
I have a
nodding.
good answer whether-
He's not- he's like, no, no.
How long was he there with the girl pepper spray? I have to
Oh,
know.
no.
I have to know.
I know you have the pepper spray, but next time, don't.
They do. If they don't, they come to beat feet. When people are identified, they generally cut it out.
Right.
More often than not. You know, I mean, they hide. You know,
Even
hide
if he
the-
called the cops, I bet he
but,
waited 30 seconds before he opened that door. Like, he did not wait for an officer to even drive by. I'm sure he didn't wait. I'm sure
Yeah.
he saw exactly what you said, PPP. I'm making an example of this bitch. I'm the big, tough Nazi guy. And then got felted.
Oh, by the way, Theodore Feezer says the bald. It says not the real Feezer.
Not the balding Feezer, but the bald Feezer. Okay.
He says he's nodding because the cop said she's not pressing charges, so his guard is down. Very good. Yeah. That's smart.
know who they are. They're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna come find us. They generally cut it out.
Feezer's a
Okay.
jet.
So, like I said, I don't have every answer for you because the devil's in the details. I don't know. Try to use this as a go between. Okay.
Okay. Point taken.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Good luck to you.
They're pointing out
intro
you know,
guys
like, any signs were like no soliciting, no trespassing, but I would actually, yeah, I mean that would help, man. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Put them on. Put no trespass on your gates.
I wonder if he did put up a no trespassing sign.
Yeah.
I doubt he did. And it doesn't even matter anyway, but
Well,
It actually all matters.
It does.
guess we'll see
All
what
right,
happens
okay.
tomorrow.
Whoa.
I
Yeah,
think-
good report.
predictions for tomorrow. I think nothing happens. I think
I
it'll be,
agree.
another date and, eventually somewhere down the line he's going to plead out on this shit and probably get a very light punishment for it.
Yeah, I
What do
agree.
you got here?
Here's a
I
clip
agree
of-
with you. I think if anything, he gets a couple months probation. And like you said, him picking up garbage. If there's any footage of that anywhere, that would be the sweetest cherry on top. But I don't think. Who
Here's a
knows?
really bad clip. Here's a clip of Nick Fuentes and Beardson, a 35-year-old Groyper lieutenant, chanting rape, rape, rape at an underage girl while playing video games.
Oh, that's not a good look.
Let's check it out.
They don't like to hear that. See, everything else makes her laugh, but watch how she recoils when a man screams rape.
That one seemed long.
Well,
See.
What about the rape?
Nice job.
Switching
We are together. Don't forget that. What was that, Sage?
Rape.
Rape?
Rape.
What
oh, no.
Nice rape.
What a loser, man.
Rape, 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 rape.
You're serious political movements.
Jeez.
Is why Beardson is.
I don't know. It's cringe, bro. Like, I don't know. Just the way it was delivered was so fucking lame. Because I've done that. Like, it can be done in a funny way, but that was just fucking lame and cringe.
Well, the fact that it's like an underage girl. Hey, what did you say?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the context of it, it just is optically. I'll say this. Even if it is funny, it's optically.
Yeah,
like it really is. You're supposed to be the leader of a political movement, and you're yelling rape at underage girls. Like,
it's tough.
Come on.
Well, this guy's scared of getting raped.
Yeah,
he's scared for his life of getting raped.
Yeah.
All right, I have one more. It's short, mercifully short. 4 minutes of Fuentes last night.
Okay.
So we have his Christmas meltdown. Christmas with Fuentes.
Remember, everyone, before you leave, go follow Jaden up there.
Just look at his face to start the show, dude. He's just sourpuss as
I'm making that a sticker. I don't care. I'm making that for free. I'm making that for free.
That is fucking hilarious.
That isn't on the house. Dude. That isn't on the house.
People are saying he's grumpy cat. Okay, this is how he starts the show. I'm not even kidding. He starts talking about Trump and how Trump's a piece of shit. And then he just suddenly makes that face and starts asking everybody if there's stuff in his teeth.
Really? That's how he started his show? What a way to start. Hang on, I'm just let me just resize this. Oh my god, the sticker is so funny. Yeah, this is comped on the house, boys. All right.
Something in my teeth. I just had a Chipotle thing. I thought I had a piece of lettuce in my teeth.
Your political shows. Like, can you imagine Tucker Carlson stopping the show to ask if there's a piece of lettuce in his teeth? Or even Alex Jones or any broadcaster. Like, look at him here, too. Look how sad he is. He's just, like, completely just destroyed over the idea that his appearance looks bad. Like, he's got lettuce in his teeth.
Trump said, I just woke up. Trump said it would be.
Like, what time was it?
There it is.
Does he have dementia? Like, it's 11 at night and he's like, I just woke up. Trump said.
And he just had Chipotle.
He can't get his train of thought going at all. Like, it's just brutal.
Yeah, I got the Nick.
This is the show you tune in. This is his, like, Christmas spectacular.
My Twisted World, I give that a B. These manifestos, I give an F-.
Imagine, like, praising Elliot Rodgers' manifesto. Like, it's the ultimate cringe fest loser diary. Like, it's
Dude,
funny.
He's been doing it for years, too. He's been doing it for years. Also, look at that face. That pause.
Oh, buddy. Every frame's a sticker with him, no?
Yeah. No, literally, it is. But, yeah, he's been doing it for years. So edgy.
Crazy. It's just a total poison 90% pill.
Of those groypers don't even know who Elliot Rodger is.
No, I bet they don't know. They weren't around in 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Most of them are 12 years old.
Yeah, they're just born.
Well, and even he gets into how, like, one of his followers is underage that he talks to on Discord. Like,
bizarre.
These are terrible. So I want you to know I'm going to be phoning it in until the inauguration.
Like,
okay?
Like,
I locked in for the...
I just want to let you guys know I no longer care. I'm phoning it in. The show is garbage. Like, what do you mean? Like, the show just started and you're phoning it. But it's like, listen, nothing has really changed. You've been phoning this shit in for years, bro. Come on.
The election... I've been dealing.
Yeah. When is he not phoned it in? What, like in 2017?
He's always late.
Dude, he always says that he hasn't taken more than 2 weeks off of the show. I swear. That is not true.
No,
There's
But
no
it's not
way
really
that's true.
true when it's like, no, listen, when you're 8, 9, 10 hours late every day to your show for weeks and months on end, does that not count as a vacation of some kind? Or I don't know.
I thought he ended his show for a bit when Kanye was like going to be president.
He did.
Right?
He can't. He said his show was over.
Yeah, for
and
like
then
a
he came
month.
back. And then he came back because it failed.
Dealing with a lot of crap, you know, this legal thing, and it's been a long year. So I'm going to be taking a little time off at the end of the year, beginning of next year, and really until the inauguration. This show is on casual mode. I want you to know.
It's always on casual mode.
Has
bro.
every year been the worst year of his life, or am I just remembering
Pretty
that
much.
from 2021? Because this was the worst year of my life. Then 2022, I was betrayed by my best friend. 2023, I don't really remember it that much last year. What went wrong? Because he didn't do anything. But, yeah. Then this year. Oh, it's been the worst year ever. This legal stuff.
Next year's gonna be brutal for him, dude. It's gonna be so bad.
Hey, I hope so. Just kidding. Just
that so you don't get mad at me. That is my mindset. Get ready for the next 4 years of resistance because we really are.
So now he is the resistance. He's the resistance in Star Wars to Trump. And he's like, this is getting ready. Like, guys, we have to be the resistance against Trump.
Bro, Trump
he's just
is
stealing
fucking
InfoWars
Canada.
thing.
Oh,
what's he gonna do?
man. This is so cringe.
The InfoWars
dude.
thing is like, you are the resistance. When you tune in, that's his new
Yeah, he
except he's gonna be too lazy to change his intro, so it's still gonna be Trump Credo, and then Nick goes live to shit talk him.
Wait, I saw the intro he had today. This was yesterday. He still has Trump in his intro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He'll never change it. He's gonna be the resistance to Trump.
And this and that. But you know, come
It's
on.
still the intro. Like
It's gonna be America first.
America first.
Since under Trump, I am the leader of all that is left of the dissident right.
Okay,
Blue hats.
So you can't have it both ways. You can't say that you're just a podcast, you're just a talk show host, and then declare yourself the leader of all of the dissident right. And that's where everybody has the issue. If he could just be honest and say, look, I do a political talk show. I'm not saving anything. I'm not the leader of anything. I just want to talk about it. I think he would have a lot less problem. But when he positions himself as the leader of this and the movement and the savior and all that, he's just setting himself up for failure because he's not him. He's not that guy. He can't even secure his own fucking house, let alone the country's border. Like, this is delusional stuff.
You're not that guy, pal. So true.
He's just not.
He's not that guy. He will never secure the border. And it's not because he's incapable, which he is completely incapable. It's because he doesn't want to.
No, he doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to do anything other than DoorDash McDonald's to his house and play Civ 6.
He looks
Watch
like
Euphoria.
He looks like Bossman Jack there a little bit. No,
there's just some of that physiognomy is coming through. He's very rat faced.
Very rat.
He's ratty.
Yes,
he is.
That's it. Yep.
We're having a lot of trouble with. Our manufacturer really screwed us over here.
Now, this is the thing is he blames the manufacturer. It's like, but you're the one that chose to get a manufacturer in India, Nick.
Bro,
Nick Fuentes chose the Indian manufacturer.
He was talking about Chinese manufacturing when I was there, and I'm like, but it's America first. Like, won't someone call us out on that? And he's like, but it's like $2 a shirt. We're doing China. It's Chinese. And then merch orders they quit coming through. No more merch orders since like the White Boy Summer merch.
Oh,
I know, gay, but whatever. And it's like, gee, what could have happened here? We're going to the shitty Chinese manufacturer. Yeah.
Well, like
or Vincent James. He's not pumping them out fast enough.
Well, he starts threatening Vince later on, saying he's going to kill off some elves. So, in Santa's workshop that have been naughty.
Beardson better run.
Beardson's done, dude.
They made 500 hats, which is a fraction of what we need, and they were all fucked up.
Jaden, how many hats did you guys sell back in the day? Was it thousands of hats?
No, I think back in the day, I thought it was like 200, 250, but he actually had those all pre-made, and the interns just had to keep them at their house until he sold them all. But that was just the hat. All the other merch was print to order, and then whoever got banned.
I refuse to believe he sold more than 500 hats. Maybe he
did. It was 250 of those. I have the fucking thing.
But that was back in the day, and that's like during the heyday.
That was back
during
that was like early 2021. That was like right after J6, I think. Actually, so maybe not heyday. Maybe right before J6 is when he was selling them. I don't really remember.
You look at this real fast.
I think it was like.
Wait, deleted? Was it him getting shot, or was it the balloon?
No, it was the balloon.
The balloon.
Was it deleted?
I didn't see the balloon. I only saw the shot.
It's still there. What the? It should be there.
No, it's cooked.
I never saw the balloon. No, what's the balloon?
You know what? Here, watch the replay.
Here, I have it.
You watch the replay here. There it is. You can watch on the replay. Or you can watch on the screen, right? Do you see it? No, watch on the replay, on the actual replay of the actual show. I have it on a loop.
I was dying.
I put it in the chat, unless that one's been deleted now as well. No, it's good.
Is that one not working for the video? That's weird. What the?
In our chat,
yeah, in our chat. If you just click on that Twitter link, yeah.
Here, let me grab this.
No, I didn't see the balloon.
Please work.
But now people are gonna think that picture's bad.
I have to be.
People are gonna think that that's a fake photo. That's a real screenshot.
It really is real. I can't believe it's real. It's crazy. All right, let's power through this.
I have to be logged in. I don't want to switch my browser. I have to reshare it to you and stuff. Yeah, I have to reshare it. Don't worry. We'll show it later.
We said, hey, you messed these up. You missed the red stitching on the flag on the side. They said, well, we can't remake them, and we're out of fabric. And they said, and our new fabric is the wrong color. We ordered fabric to make the rest.
Wait, what
sort of ramshackle operation in India did you choose there, Fuhrer Fuentes? Like, holy man.
We got the wrong color. And now they're all backed up and they're low on person. They're having a lot of issues.
Platypus sent $5. Hey Nick, don't know if you remember my first super chat a while back ago, but I want to apologize. I only really started watching a year ago. And yes, I am in 7th grade. The more I watch your show, the better person I become. Love you, smile, can't wait.
You are not.
So Nick goes, you're not in 7th grade, and Nick knows exactly how old this underage kid is. Let's have a look here.
Okay.
I know the voice chat you're in, and I know, what are you, like 15?
Like,
I know all about
you know the voice chat.
I know all about you.
I know all about
what does that mean? Is this guy in the dollhouse?
I don't know. Why would you say this, dude?
The dollhouse.
He's like, I'll dox another child. I'll dox as many children as needed before I let AF die. Like, what are you talking about?
What voice chats does he know about that are full of 15-year-old boys? Ollie Alexander voice chats? Or whose chats are these?
Look at him here.
The wire
guys in grade 9. Nick's chatting him up in the VC, the grade 9.
I mean, clearly he is.
About you, pal. First is a youth movement. I don't want the old guys. Give me the young. Pause.
Whoa.
He even said it. He said it. He even said it. He even said pause.
Wait.
Pause. He knows how bad it sounds, and then he doubles down on it.
Yeah, he was telling you.
And
he doubles down on it again.
Chill.
Give me your young. I want your youngest, freshest. Pause. I want
Why are
the
you
youth.
saying that? Why are you saying that? Read alert, read alert, PDF alert, PDF. Like, whoa, man. Daynades has just gifted 5.
What is wrong with
Not
him?
only to say the youngest, but the
Ollie Akbar
freshest.
told him, man, he's on the.
It's just
I don't
sick.
know.
And he volunteers this on his own. Like,
By
Dude,
the way,
he had.
hang on, let me grab this. This was I was zooming in, but I realized it was the wrong window there. Does this
Oh,
zoom work?
right-wing
There we
leaders,
go. There we go.
Well, you
Look
should have
at
zoomed
this.
back out just to see what is
Yeah,
that pose.
let me go
Who
on.
sits like that,
buddy, his double chin is fucking disgusting.
bro?
God.
Dude, his he doesn't
Grease.
his mustache. There's no break or anything. It's just nose hair into stash. It just flows out of the nostrils.
Oh,
I don't
no.
Holy shit, he looks so fat there. Look at this.
No.
You can have the
Christine
rest.
Enos, this year for Christmas.
Sorry,
I'm
everyone,
asking
I was zooming in. I didn't realize I was recording the
Okay.
Discord screen, so that's why. But now the zooms will work.
Santa to get my AF hat to me by Christmas. I can only hope.
Well, we'll see what Santa can do. Okay, we gotta kill some elves. Some of the elves gotta.
Wait,
He's gonna have to take out Vince Games, bro. Vincent's getting executed at the workshop.
Look at him holding his
So-
mustache.
weren't these like? I'm pretty sure the hats were made when like October, July. I feel like it was like July, and they're
They've been
still
talking
not
about
out
these
yet.
hats forever.
July.
And he says that by the end of the year they may receive the hats, but they won't be sending them out for a while after.
But he's selling more merch now with his mugshot on it. Like, get my mugshot shirt by next winter, maybe. But don't ask, because I'll yell at you in the super chats.
Hey, they gotta be tortured. The elves are, the elves over at this manufacturing place. The elves are really letting us down this year. Let's just put it that way. H1B elves.
Blackjack sent $20.
Pouring ghee down the drain at Santa's workshop. No longer smells like candy canes.
Blackjack sent $20.
Yellow
I was hanging
snow.
out with some girls the other day and I realized how gay girls are. They kept
Yellow
trying to talk to
snow?
me, but I blew them off.
We got typical
Totally Kino.
Griper. Look at Nick's eyes just went so wide at like saying that women are gay. Like, holy, look at him. What's going on?
Come on, is this one of our guys?
I have not seen this.
Is this
Dude,
one
it
of
had
our
to, it
guys?
definitely
Women
1,000,000%.
sticker.
This is one of our
That
guys.
had-
Fine, let's get at least 5 subs for this to be a sticker.
Wow,
let's,
we're doing discount
Dude,
we're
stickers
doing
today.
discount. Well, we have 60 spots now.
Yes, we
New,
do,
fresh,
exactly.
open.
That had to have been one of your chatters.
Yeah,
There's
oh,
no
see,
way.
it's
There's
gay
no
alert.
way.
100%.
So
This
funny.
is straight up one guy's like, I'm gonna get on the casino. I know how.
You're so cool. They were trying to talk to you. No, but girls legitimately suck.
He knows it's one of our guys. He hears the word
come
Kino
on,
and he knew it was one of our guys. He sees the word Kino, he shakes.
That. Like ripping off
they-
Scott Steiner. So shameless. Most people don't even know what the that's from, I'm sure.
Let's go, boys.
Really do. I don't know.
Buddy,
Men are
he's
just
like,
so whipped. It's pathetic.
buddy, like the look on his
Why did
face
he
as
say
he's
it like
thinking
that?
about this. It's like, what the f is wrong with this guy?
Men are
He's
so
gay.
whipped.
Dude,
Buddy, he's like fantasizing about men. Can we just back it up just a little
Dude.
bit?
Those
Bro,
fucking-
like, he's just
The
like
other day and I realized how gay
Oh,
girls are. They
man.
kept trying to talk to me, but I blew them off. Thanks, Nick. Totally Kino.
You're so cool. They were trying to talk to you. No, but girls legitimately suck. I mean, they really do. I don't know.
He does sniff a lot though.
Men are just so whipped. It's pathetic. They objectively suck.
Jack of Hearts sent $. Valorant Maxing RN. Looking handsome TN no homo.
Bro, we are never beating the
no,
allegations.
pause, time out. Did you know?
Felt alert.
Yo, that
Oh,
Ignatz is
man.
actually a Let me contribute to
No!
you. Yeah, let me help.
Wait,
No,
what do you mean?
no, that Ignatz is a new cat boy that Nick's butt buddies with after he got dumped by the last. Siegel, send me the receipts. Or someone, send me the receipts.
The receipts that this person is. Do we even need them at
pathetic.
this point?
They
like,
objectively-
Well,
believe
shit,
you.
it's Nick
No.
with them
$10
because he
to
got
Ryan,
dumped
looking-
by the last one from Milo.
okay.
Yo,
Oh my god.
look at this. The stickers are piling up. Let's go, dude.
Handsome T and no homo.
Bro, we are
True,
never
no,
beating the
that's right.
allegation.
Well, you know it because they're playing Valorant. Sorry, I keep jumping.
Oh, you're
My
good.
bad.
You're good. No. We're
God,
never
this love
beating the
goes, we're
allegations.
never beating the allegations for good reason, pal. You're stuck with the allegations because they're facts. You're all gay. Look at he's just like totally founded at this point. He knows. It's like, damn it.
But let him talk.
Oh man!
Look at him here.
Zoom in on that face and let him talk.
That's real.
Let him talk.
he looks like he should be the Assassin's Creed 2 villain,
Oh, man,
no?
he looks like he's a gay fucking porno, buddy. Like, come on. This is gay porn star, like some gay porno parody of The Godfather, man. The Goon Father at this point.
The Goon Father.
We'll play Valorant.
We sent $5. Merry Christmas. Hope the diet is going well.
It is, but
Oh, is it though? We're about to hear the truth about Look how scared he is. He heard the word diet, and you can see the fear hit him. It's like the sort of fear that only those on the Council of Obesity, like myself, Boogie Wings, really know. That fear. That, oh my God, not a diet. Anything but that. That's like an existential crisis. He heard the word diet and he shat his pants.
but it sucks. I hate it. Also, I had to hang out with a lot of people this weekend, so I was eating a ton of food. I broke the diet.
Oh, we can tell, bud. We can tell.
Look at this.
You broke the diet. Self-felt alert. Oh, no.
I was back on the diet today, and it absolutely sucked. It sucks. Okay, dieting
miserable.
sucks. And it's horrible.
Jack sent $5.
I
Whenever
live
new
to
topic
eat.
emerges on X, I only wait for your take.
2024 sucked. I mean, 2024 was probably the peak of my streaming career.
Oh, he's trying to cope. Look, zoom in on that cope face, bro. Bro, he looks like Squidward. Like, he looks like a Squidward torture porn, bro. Like, just devastated
Yeah, the
as he tries to
creepypasta.
cope through this. Yeah.
Like, bigger
Scary
viewership than ever.
stories.
But,
We had more
dude,
bots
after
than
Pack
ever.
4, we got f***ed over.
Yes. Yes. Give me your tears of unimaginable sadness.
When they stayed outside the
We have
building.
yet to. We haven't heard about
confession.
that lawsuit yet. We haven't heard about the
I don't
lawsuit
think it's
about the
happening,
building.
is it?
Yeah, me
Is it,
neither.
Jade? No, I
don't
don't think
think
he's
it
going to
is.
sue the Russell Industrial Center after all.
I don't think he is. I think he's just going to keep everyone's cash.
Look, he can't
Yeah.
afford.
There's. I sent you the photo.
no.
That's who he was talking to. Just
Is
have-
that the person who sent the super
Yes.
chat in?
yes,
No!
Nick's newest. Yes.
On screen, Captain Worski.
Yep,
Holy
I got
shit.
her. I got her, bud.
Legal Seagull said Nick is on the rebound after dumped by Pariah Nadal for Milo. That's the Groiper, and that's them at AFPAC together. I'm not like people think I'm just like I'm not kidding. The dude's into.
Yo.
Whoa, buddy.
It's real. It's all real.
Bro,
the group.
They're sucking.
dark.
They're sucking. I'm sorry to say that.
And the
I know
Hats
it's
were getting
gross, but they're
fucked over.
sucking.
Royper War 2, we got fucked over. The
He
studio was
lost
big, though.
everything.
The studio.
Oh, come on, bro. Like, trying to cross his straws.
Dude.
Listen, Groiper War 2 failed. AFPAC failed. It all failed.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I set up a green screen in my living room.
Yeah, remember when they were talking shit about the one that you guys had where there was a fridge and they're like, it's in the kitchen or whatever? Remember that?
Yeah.
This is Nick's is actually in his kitchen. Did you guys see the?
No, I saw it when they pulled the curtain back.
Yeah.
It was the French documentary or whatever it was.
Yes.
Wait, it was it's in the kitchen?
Can we get
ironically in the middle of his apartment?
Paging Siegel. Siegel, if you can hear us, like Siegel's like the special operative. I gotta say, Siegel is like the most solid. Ever.
Yo,
Siegel,
dude,
Siegel
nails it.
Siegel is solid, but no, you could see Nick's living room on one frame because it's his whole apartment. It's like one linear line.
Wait, is this just his apartment?
Yeah, this is in the middle of his living room, like kitchen area.
It's not like it's a separate building or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the show was really firing on all cylinders this year. The other stuff was not doing great. So next year we're gonna do a big comeback. Well, we never left, but we're gonna have to fix some things.
Come on. You know, it's like we were always at war with East Asia. We're doing well. We're not doing well. We're so back. Also, never been this over. All at the same time. Very Orwellian stuff. Well, that's it. That was basically his Christmas meltdown. I left out the part because honestly, you know, we've gone on about Nick probably too long, but he like seed that Chris Burnett for like 7 straight minutes saying that Chris was his gay slave, and it was unhinged. He was losing his mind. Wow. It was crazy.
Remember, everyone follow Jaden at kick.com/Jaden McNeil. We'll link it on the clip channel as well. And it's here in the chat. Go follow Jaden. Go follow him.
I just want to say, I had a good time, but if I ramble too much, look, I apologize. It's personal. It's personal, so I apologize if I rambled too much.
We're really excited. It was pretty.
I do enjoy
like
seeing
emergency
him
alert.
suffer. I do enjoy, you know. So,
oh, yeah, dude, it's great having you, man.
Nick.
Yeah, man, it's been a while, but everyone go follow Jaden. We'll have you on soon. Let's shoot the shit again because it was a lot of fun, man.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Jaden. All right, bro. We'll see you later.
Talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, man. Peace.
Peace.